Fantastic dyes, great papers, but all round on trend. Over the 40 years Studiolight have evolved. They listen to me, the demonstrator, and you, the customers, and really take our ideas on board. On the Hochanda shows, we'll share with you the diverse techniques and products will inspire you to produce your own individual pieces of artwork. So make sure you don't miss the Studiolight shows on Hochanda.
Hello, my name's Kay from Indigo Blue, and we've been established for 7 years, and together with my husband Alfie we design and manufacture our own in-house red rubber stamps. We also have our own range of paints, lushes and stencils. We're so proud that we've now got a reputation for such high quality products and the detail that we can manage to get in our stamps. What I really love about Hochanda is I get to demonstrate lots of different techniques for you to understand how to use our products and hopefully inspire you. I've got loads of fantastic ideas buzzing around in my head, so I can't wait to get those filtered into our products and out to you at home. So grab a cup of tea, join me and the team from Indigo Blue on Hochanda.
Hello, my name's Stuart and I'm the Managing Director of Oakwood Archer. Oakwood Archer is a family-run business and my son and my daughter work very hard with me to bring the best craft items to you in the UK. We specialise in high-quality items brought into the UK from all over the world, including brands like Kaisercraft, Stampendous and Impression Obsession. Working with Hochanda is fantastic for us. It gives us the opportunity to bring all of these brands and all of these products from all over the world direct to you, the crafter in the UK. Our products include stamps, dies, papers, buttons, trimmings, ribbons and album making kits. Just about everything you need to be a good crafter. So please don't miss Oakwood Archer shows on Hochanda.
Hi everyone, I'm Phil Martin. I've been a paper crafter for well over 20 years now and a designer for just over 10 years. Sentimentally Yours is my multi-award winning brand of clear stamps, rubber stamps. I've now also introduced lots of craft dyes in there, designer papers. I have my mediums where we've introduced the Flawless Media brand into the Sentimentally Yours family. So on our Hochanda shows we aim to inspire you, to be educational and to teach you how to get the most from the products that we're bringing to you. The Sentimentally Yours family has grown to include my good friend Julia Watts and our new designer Trudy Howard. Hopefully we're all going to bring something different to the show, so you're going to be enriched with lots of different ideas and inspiration. Be sure to join us for our Sentimentally Yours shows on Hochanda.
Flexi order has arrived at Hochanda. What is Flexi order? When you place an item on Flexi Buy in your basket, you qualify for Flexi order, which means any other items you add to your basket will also be included in your Flexi Buy payments, so you can spread the cost over multiple monthly payments. After your first payment is made, your entire order will be dispatched. When you add at least £60 worth of any items to your shopping baskets, either online or on the phone, you'll qualify for our Flexi Order offer. This means you can spread the cost of your order over equal monthly Flexi Buy payments, offering you the extra flexibility when you shop with us. Flexi Order, making your shopping experience with Hochanda easier.
Hello and a very good morning to you. Yes, I'm back. It feels like I've been gone forever. Good morning. It's just me for this hour, so do stay with me. We've got A1 Creatives. I'm really looking forward to this. Now, A1, they're based in the Netherlands. We've seen this before. If you haven't seen it before, do stay with us because this is an incredible resin. This is a water-based resin as well. A1, as I say, they are in the Netherlands. I'm lucky enough to be able to demonstrate for them again today. Do you know, the first show was incredibly busy, it really was, and then we've seen this product come back in the Zuri one-day specials as well. We do have the Zuri moulds on the show as well, so if you've missed out on any of those, do have a look at those. You can always fill in those gaps if needs be. But when it comes to the resin, it's not just for moulds, there are other things you can do with it as well, and we've got lots of different colours to show you, lots of different techniques and lots of different ways of working with the product. The first one we're starting with is the metal effect. Now you can see you've got your aluminium or your iron there. Now these are something a little bit different, especially the iron, because if I was to show you a little sample that I've got here, you'd think, well, that looks like it's been buried underground, it's been dug up, it's gone rusty. Yes, it has. That is real rust, and I'm going to show you how to create that effect from the iron resin today. This is very, very easy to work with as well. And of course, if you don't want that look, you've got the different option there. You've got the aluminium as well, so you're going to get incredible effects from everything. Now, let's have a look at the item number. 990178 is the item number. You have, as I say, got the aluminium or the iron there. We'll speak about that a little bit more in demonstration. That's probably the first demonstration I'm going to do actually. Let me just tell you about the dispatch date as well, the 15th of October, because everything's coming from the Netherlands, of course, so just bear that in mind, but well worth the wait. If anybody's watching who's used the A1, do let me know. Do send in some pictures as well. Right, we've got a new today as well. We've got some powder for you, the ATP powder. And I can hear yourself thinking, well, what's that for? Well, actually, this is a really good product. We're going to be working with this as well because you can turn the resin into a thicker paste and use it for stenciling, use it for, you know, model making. You can use it in different ways. You don't have to use the resins simply by pouring into a mould. £9.99 is going to get you both of those. You've got two at 250 grams each, so there's a lot there for your money. 075360. Let's go to the website because that's where you're going to find everything. Oh, great. We've got some 5-star reviews on there as well. Now, there's all sorts of different colours on there. We've got different effects. There's gold, there's silver. We've got the different stone effects as well. White stone, sandstone. There is, oh, what else? We've got concrete, graphite. The sealer is there as well. If you want to put your projects outside, you can. If you need to seal them, go for the sealer as well. Then you can see the Zuri molds. We've got those. We've got some old favourites back in stock as well, I believe. So if you've missed out on things like the Picot, another one that's a returning one, I believe, is Fire Breather as well. So if you've missed out on that one, please do have a look at those. Right, okay. Now, I'm going to be demonstrating straight away. We're not going to do the rest of the counter just yet, but we will do a little bit of a recap later. I want to get into this as quickly as possible. When it comes to the iron, that's what I'm going to start with. I'm just going to bring in my rather rusty tray. I'm feeling a bit rusty this morning actually because I've had a few days off. Let me just show you what I've got here because this is a really, really interesting product. Now you can see what I've got on my tray here. These are some of my experiments. So I've been having a little bit of a play around with various different things. These are all done with the iron, but you can see different effects. Now if you look at our beautiful horse here, I don't know if we've got this one back in stock actually. We'll see if we can check on that one for you. This is Lexus. But you can see there's much more of a rust effect on there, and if you looked at the butterfly that I showed you a little bit earlier as well, in fact I've got another one here, if I bring that in, you can see there we've got more of that rust effect going on there as well. Now the only difference between those two and the other ones I've got on the tray is the amount of time that they've been left to increase that rusting effect, and it's very, very easy to do. All you need is water. So I'm just going to pop those to one side for a second. We'll bring in one of the moulds. Now when it comes to the resin itself, it is possible to actually demould in between 20 and 60 minutes. That's not fully cured, but you can demould. Saying that, I'm saying it with caution simply because it depends on the mould that you use, and we'll go more into this as I demonstrate. But I'm purposely going to choose one of the moulds from Zuri. In fact, I'm going to go with Aries Borealis, I think it is. Because if I just show you these here, you've got an area that's a little bit more solid. If your moulds are very, very intricate, if it's very, very fine in places, you're going to need to let that resin set further. So I would recommend with the Zuri moulds, the majority of them I would leave overnight before you demould them. But I am going to show you some hints and tips along the way as well. Now what you will need is a set of scales. So I've got my digital scales here, just turn those on. And I've got my my favourite little mixing jugs. These are silicone, so these clean out very, very easily. And I'm going to start with the iron. Now you will always get your powder and some liquid. Now if you were to mix the whole lot together, you've got the ratios correct straight away. But quite often we don't want to do that. We want to just mix enough to go in a certain mould, or we only want a small amount. So when it comes to the ratios, they are now putting these onto the lids. I've got a chart as well. If anybody's ever stuck, please have a look at my Facebook pages, and there is a file with the ratios in, because they do vary depending on what you're working with. So this one here is 1 part A and 2.5 parts B. Oh, did I bring my calculator in? No, I didn't. I hope my brain's working this morning, so it was an early start. Right, let's have a look what we've got here. So, it doesn't matter if you go with powder or liquid first, but I'm not going to overmix this to start with. Let's go with, just reset that to 0. I'm going to go with 20, let's go with 20. Now what I love about the bottles is as well, if you see I'm just holding that there, it doesn't just pour out. If I give it a bit of a squeeze, you can see it's then coming out, so it's easy to control the amount. If you go a little bit over, you can adjust things accordingly, of course, but once you've mixed the powder with the liquid, don't try putting it back into a pot. So we've got 20 grams or millilitres there. Right, now I am just going to put my gloves on before I do the powder actually, because although this is non-toxic and there's no odour at all, because we've got a powder involved, it can be an irritant. So it's like any sort of cement or plaster or anything like that, it can be an irritant. So wise to wear your gloves. So I'm going to just put mine on now before I start with the powder. Plus I've got to go and do the 1 day special straight after this, and I'm bound to be covered in all sorts. Which I still am after the last few days of pouring resin. Right, now when it comes to the powder, this is a 2.5 parts with B, and B being the powder. So if I've got 20 of the liquid, 2.5 times 20, I think that's going to make 50 of the powder. Now let me just show you what's hidden inside here. You get you get a little pot. Now this comes in any of the metallics. If you've got gold, silver, you'll find a little pot in there. The iron also, you've got that little pot in there. We're going to come back to that. It's always hidden within the powder, so that's another good reason for putting your gloves on. So I need 50 grams of the powder to go into my little pot here. So in total I'm going to go up to 70, because I've already got 20 of the liquid. There we are, spot on. Okay. Do keep a spoon separate. Don't use, it is non-toxic, but do use a different spoon for mixing rather than one that you use in the kitchen under normal circumstances. Right, now I'm going to give this a mix, and it mixes very, very easily. Now, depending on the colour that you've got and the ratio, sometimes you'll find some of the mixes are a little bit more fluid than others. They will all pour. So if you want to put these into moulds, then it is a really good medium to pour with. The curing time, because this can cure quite quickly, you do have to work quite quickly with it as well. So I'm just going to set this aside for 1 second. I'm not going to leave it long. Give it a good stir. Probably at home I'd say give it an extra minute to what I'm giving it. 2 to 3 minutes. Make sure it's really, really stirred well. Make sure you've got all of that powder mixed in. You get a lovely smooth consistency. I don't know if we can see that. I don't tip it too much, but there's no lumps in there at all. Okay, so I'm just going to set that to one side for a second. Let me bring in my mould, and then we're going to open this little pot. Now what's inside this little pot is a very fine powder. This is what causes the rusting. So what I've used, when I've done my experiments, I've used different mediums, and I'll come back to that in a little while. But if you don't put this in there, you're not going to see that rust effect. So if you want the whole area to rust, then of course you're going to dust the whole area of your mould. If you want to just rust certain areas, you don't have to do the whole thing. So you'll get different effects. I did try mixing as well with some silver mica powder. I've tried sort of mixing with different colours as well, which you can do. I don't know if we've got them for this show, but I know we've got some photos that have been sent in by a lovely lady who's an ambassador for A1, who's in the Netherlands. We'll see if we can get those photos for later. We haven't got them this morning. And she's done some amazing samples, mixing with the different colours as well. So you can see just a little bit of dust in there. I am just going to tip out any excess, simply because if you do have too much powder in there, what will happen, it will cause air bubbles when you put your resin in. And then it's just a case of pouring into the mould. So let's just start to tip that in. As I say, because this is quite a solid one, this is an easier one to demould, so I'm hoping by the end of the hour we might be able to demould this one. Now there are a couple of very vulnerable areas, and they are the horse's ears. So I'm going to show you a little trick with that as well. Now I've got more than I need of the resin there, so I'm not going to waste it. I'm going to use it for something else. Just going to use my mixing stick just to push that, give it a helping hand. It will self-level and you can tip it, but I tend to just sort of ease it into those little areas as well. If it needs topping up, it can be topped up. Don't worry if it goes over the top of the mould as well. Don't worry about that at all, that will clean up. So you don't have to be too precise with this. Now what I'm going to do at this stage is pick up the mould and drop it. Now that will level it out, but also what's happening there, any air bubbles that are in there are now coming to the surface as well. So you may see one or two little bubbles appearing. I'm not going to add heat to this. You may have seen me use heat with different types of resins, but I don't with this one. So I'm just checking that that's nice and level. If I think I need to top up anywhere, I can do, but I think that looks fine as it is. Now because I am going to try and demould this during the hour, and it has got those fine points, what I've got here is some gauze. You can use muslin or a gauze bandage or something like that. Do you know, I don't know where my scissors are now, typical of me. Let's see if I can tear this. Now what I'm going to do is just add a little bit of this where those ears are. Now you can use a paintbrush if you wish, just to sort of push that into place. So that is going to create a barrier for me. That's going to give me, in fact I'm going to fold that right into there, because I'm not pushing it right down into the mould. I'm just creating sort of a barrier that's going to act as an extra strengthening part of that mould. So any little bits that are overlapping there, I can then bring out my scissors afterwards and just trim away. So I'm just going to top up a little bit more of the resin there as well, and just give that another tap, and we'll leave that to set. Now I am just going to put that to one side. Now I have got some more left. Now just before I come back to that, we'll tell you about that mould actually, because there are two horses' heads. The one I've been using, if we can bring it up, is Aryan and Borealis. There we go. Beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. There we are. 995 335 1999. Do have a look at the reviews as well, of course, on the website. Now we've got lots of moulds for you. We have got some returning favourites as well, so if you have missed out on some, you can see if they're available again. We've got the King for you. He's gorgeous. There he is. He's absolutely stunning. The detail is incredible in these moulds. 128576 1999. That's the King. We have got lots more. I know, as I said earlier, the Peacock is a favourite. That's back in stock. I'm not going to take my gloves off. I do apologise, but I'm going to be back demoing in a little while. So what I've been using is the iron from this particular set. Now we've got the aluminium as well, but it's the iron that I've been using. That's the one you're going to get the rust effect from. $14.99 is going to get you both the mineral and the resin component set. So the powder is part B, and part A is the resin. Excuse me. 990178 is the item number. Let me just show you again. I'm just going to pick up a couple more samples actually, just to show you the difference. So this one, as I say, the butterfly, that has been rusting with the iron. I haven't told you how to get the rust effect yet, but we will come back to that. That's been sitting for a couple of days. This one has only been rusting for a day. So you can see That's also done with the iron, but what I've done with this one as well, I used a little bit of silver mica powder and I didn't rust the whole of the mould. I love that actually, that's the peacock, that's the Surrey peacock. I don't have an aluminium one at the moment. We may see if we can do that. We're going to do the show at 11 o'clock as well, so we might be able to use that a little bit later on so we can see the colour of that one. Now, some other effects we have got for you though. We've got the metallic set here. Now you've got bronze, you've got gold and you've got silver here. Now each of these will contain one of those powders inside the pot, so when you've got your component there, a little pot of the mica will be inside those. Now I have got, let me just grab something actually, if I just show you these. Now we've got Medusa here. Now she's been created using the gold. Now there is a little bit of difference between the two. I don't know if it's very, very clear. This one actually needs tidying up a bit because I put some reinforcement in there and I haven't trimmed round yet. But she's got a little bit more of a shimmer to the other one. So if you go with the component B, that's the powder mixed with the resin, you'll get more of a matte finish. But you can see how beautifully the detail is picked up. Absolutely stunning. If you dust the mould with a little bit of the powder first, you can see that luster, you can see that gleam, that shine. This is before it's been sealed as well. You don't have to seal these, but if you want to put them outside, then go for the sealer. We'll come back to that because these are fantastic for your projects outside. £12.49 is the price if you want to go for the metallics, 207763. Now we've got some stone effects for you. Now the stone effects, I know on the first show did very, very well, and I've got to say my favourites, some of them are in this particular bundle. I love the white stone, it's such a clean look. You've got sandstone in there as well, again a lovely, wonderful finish. Just because you've got colours in these doesn't mean that you then don't have to put other finishes on top. If you still want to go with your effects, you certainly can do. But the idea about this is you've got wonderful stone effects without having to do anything. We've got the concrete and we've got the graphite here as well. Now this one is the sandstone. Now this is, I believe we sold out of these on the one day special. I don't think we managed to get these back in stock yet. But this is the gate from Zuri. And also the Enchanted Castle, both done in the sandstone there, so you can see the amazing effects, and there's no other effect gone onto there. There's no paint, there's no wax, there's nothing. It's just the sandstone, but you can then add your other effects if you so wish. I'm just going to grab another sample actually, because we've also got this one. I love this. This is the concrete. That is really, really nice, isn't it? Now everything will dry a little bit lighter, so as you, because it's got a lot of liquid in there, when you first pour it, it looks darker than it will finally dry. Really, really firm. You can hear how solid that is. Again, if you want to put this outside, you can. We'll do something a little bit later with that actually. We're going to seal that to show you how that works. Item number 849027, if you want to go for the stone effects. Now we've got the colours for you. Now we've got something that's brand new here. We do have a black. Now this is a brand new black, and I'm really, really pleased to see this. Simply because how often, especially when we're doing Zuri, do we show gessoing, or you know, you want that black finish because you want to go over with your metallic paints, or you want to go over with your waxes, and you want that really, really good black starting point. So often we paint with gesso, which is fine, it works every time, except you've got to be careful that you don't put too much on because you're filling in that intricate detail. With this, you've got that wonderful black base to work with all that detail without compromising that at all. So if I just show you our wonderful peacock here, there's no other finish gone on there at all. You might pick up one or two little sparkles. That's simply because there was a bit of metallic mica powder in my mould when I poured that in. I did wash it out, but there was one or two bits still left in there. But it's a solid black. Look at the detail in there as well. If you haven't gone for that peacock yet, I'm going to say do go for it. Don't miss out on that. Now 10% of the black has already gone. I knew that was going to be busy. I think you want that starting point. You want to be able to add those colours. You want that starting point without compromising and losing any of that detail. But we do have other colours. We've got red for you. We've also got the yellow. We've got magenta. Now these resins, these liquids are really highly pigmented. You get a lot of colour from these. Then we've got terracotta. I know that was a firm favourite before. I think a lot of people probably went for that because they wanted to do outside projects. We've also got the ochre, which again, really, really nice colour, that one. Then we've got the orange, and then we've got the blue. Now the blue, We will have to find those photographs because Kriya, who sent in the images from the Netherlands, used some of the blue in with the iron to get that rust effect. So it was blue and rust effect mix, which looked absolutely amazing, really effective. 703614 is the item number. If you go for a colour, don't forget you can still paint over these. You can still put those other colours over the top as well, so you can change them from that solid colour. Lots of different ones to choose from. £12.49 is the price for those. Now we've got a starter set for you. So a little bit of a mixed bag. This is a really good one to go for because you're getting a little bit of everything in here actually. In fact, if you haven't gone for A1 before, I would definitely go for this one if you can afford to, because look what you're getting. You are getting the gold. Now remember, with the gold, you've got that powder in there as well, so it gives that lovely sheen if you want to use it. You're also getting the concrete. I did show you the concrete finish. It's one of my favourites actually. I really do like the concrete finish. You can see in the powder there, those little granules. Then moving down to the front, we've got the iron. This is the one that you can make into rust. And then also we've got in this bundle for you, we've got the graphite, which again is a lovely effect. And we've got £4 saving on this. 2 payments of £24.23. So you're opening up that Flexi basket. Anything else you pop in there, you can split the cost as well. 914788. Right, I'm just being asked in the gallery, it's how long is a piece of string? It's one of those questions, how many projects can you get from one pot of powder and one of the resin? It is difficult simply because there are different ratios on the different powders. Some are 1 part resin, 2 parts powder, some might be 1 resin, 2.5 parts powder, so it does vary. I did mix up the other day, and now I can't remember what I did. I mixed up with the iron, oh, was it 2 batches? I think I did. I must have got at least 10 to 12 projects out of 1 pot, but it will depend on the size of the mould you're using, obviously. If you're using all big moulds, obviously you're not going to get as much. I had some smaller moulds, I had some medium size, and I had a couple of big ones as well, so averaging it all out, I would, it's hard to say. I can't honestly give you an exact answer, but it goes a long way. I'm a little bit conscious actually that I've left some down at the demo area that now could be wasted. It'll be interesting to see what's happening to that now it's being mixed actually. 914788 is the item number for the bundle. No, actually, I don't like wasting it, but it is quite nice to see how quickly it sets, so we'll go back and have a look at that. Let me just show you while I'm here another sample actually. This was done with, if I'm going to turn this one around, you're probably thinking, oh well, is that done with black? No, it wasn't. Let me turn that around. That was done with a mix of, I think it was the graphite and the white stone together, because I had both mixed up. Didn't have enough of one or the other to go into the mould, so I mixed them together, and then I used some wax over the top, so you can see how beautifully the detail picks up. And that's our Medusa, of course. Isn't that lovely? Such a lovely effect. Really, really nice indeed. So you can change those effects again with those waxes. Let's have a look at the next product, because if you haven't gone for this yet and you want to use your projects outside, do pop these into your basket. If you're going for the starter kit, you can split the cost on this one as well. £9.99 is going to get you 2 bottles. 191601 is the item number. I'm going to show you how to use this hour as well. Don't forget there's another hour at 11 o'clock, so I'll be doing different techniques at 11 as well, so don't miss out on that show if you can. 191601 is for the sealer. Remember, you don't have to use that if you're keeping your projects inside, but it does give a nice sheen, and also it does seal it if you are using anything outside. So think about your pots and things like that. Right, we've got some 7-day savers for you. These just launched yesterday, actually. So, oh, we've got the purple tape, the low tack purple tape. That's back for us. There you can see it. 487285 is the item number. £11.99, £18 saving. Wow. Now, what else have we got? Have we got more? We do have more. We've got some handmade journals for you. Look at these. I've not seen these before. We've got 5 of them, a choice of colours as well. £24.95. These are the black ones. Oh, aren't these nice? You've got the multi there as well. Then you've got the cream. You've got neutral. Oh, these are lovely, aren't they? Then red. and we've also got a mixed pack for you as well. 496811 is the item number, £24 and 95 pence, £15 saving. Right, okay, now, do you know, it's thickened up, but I think I can get away with this. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to grab, no, I'll do it with my stick. What I've got here, this is one of my tips actually. If you've got any small moulds, doesn't matter what they are, don't ever waste. So what I'm going to do is just with the remainder here, although it's gone a little bit thicker, I'm just going to pour that into one of these moulds. So this is a jewellery making mould, but any small amounts you've got left, I wouldn't want to waste it at all. So what I'm going to do is just take the remainder of that in there. I'm not going to get every scrap out because it'll take me too long, but you can see how that's already thickening up. Just going to give that a little bit of a tap, and you can see that's bringing any air bubbles to the top. You can actually see one or two coming up. I don't know if the camera's picking them up. There, can you see them? The little bumps there, they're air bubbles. So if I just show you those there. There we go. You can either pop them or just tap them. By popping them, if you've got a cocktail stick or something like that, you can just sort of use those to get rid of them. And then give it another tap again. So I'm just going to put that to one side as well. Right, okay, now, when it comes to the rust effect, how do we deal with that? Well, it's very, very easy. Now, I've just got one or two. This was spare again. This is all the, no, these are the black ones actually. These are the black ones. I've just demould those because I might want to use this mould. So with the black, I could do all sorts of effects on there. Now, what I am going to show you here is when you demould, you see all of the spare resin that's around the mould there. It just breaks away. So you can easily clean everything up because these are silicone. You can just sort of scrunch them, wash them, of course, under in some soapy water. But what I am going to say, and it's very important, don't ever wash out your utensils that you've been mixing and pour down the sink, because these will continue to harden, these products, underwater. So don't put any liquid down your sink, just remember that. But when it comes to, you know, we're going to keep an eye on that because I'll show you how I'm going to clean this. So very easy to dispose of it. In fact, look what I've got here. I'm going to show you a trick at 11 o'clock. I've got lots of bits that I've broken, okay? But I'm going to keep them. I'm going to do something with those. So tune in at 11 o'clock and find out what I'm going to do with all of those. So any bits that you break, do not waste. Certainly don't waste. Right, okay. Now what I have got is, I've got to find my, let's have a look at these again. Right, okay. So when it comes to the rusting effect, all you need to do, which one did I pour? I poured one of the horse's heads, didn't I? Let me just bring in our Medusa here. Let me just show you if I put that on the mat. Now what I did with this one, when I put the dusting powder into the mould, I only went around the edge. So you can see, even though there's still moisture in this because I've been wetting it, you can see where the rust effect is coming through. If I bring in this one, you can see that has rusted. That has had the whole of the mould filled with the powder, and that's been rusting for a couple of days. Now these, I'm showing you all these because I was experimenting with different things. These I did in the jewellery, so I used some silver mica powder and some of the filings, some of the little metal filings. So again, I've got some areas that have rusted and some that haven't rusted, so you get those different effects again. So, you know, you can change how this works. If I just bring in, I've got to admit I did break his legs when I took him out because I was a little bit too keen. This is what I'm saying about the Zori moulds. If I just bring in the warrior, the majestic warrior, can you see he's lost his front leg? Very, very fine. Because I have to wait for so long for everything to dry, and I've only got 2 moulds for each design, I was a little bit impatient and trying to demould too quickly, and I didn't put any strengthener in there. But you can see here again, there are areas that have rusted more than others, but that is still rusting. Well, how do we do it? I'm going to just explain about that now. So when you've demoulded, you get your piece. You can either dunk it in a bowl of water, or you can sit it on a tray, or you can just spritz it. Now, I have got my spritzer somewhere, she says, just popped out. So I'm just going to, I've think we're out of water. There is some in there. Do you know what? I'm going to take the top off and just splatter it on. Not having a very good start this morning. Right, all you need to do is just cover with water. Spray it, dunk it in a bowl of water, let it sit in water if you like. Then it's good to wet another towel or cloth. It doesn't have to be a paper towel, it can be a cloth or a, you know, a microfiber or something like that, and leave that over the top as well. So just leave it to sit. That is going to make those little bits of dust, those metal filings, they're going to react to the water, so it's real rust. It's not some sort of paint, it's not some sort of texture that's going on there, it is actually rust, and that's all you need to do, wet it. So after a day you're going to see the rust coming through. The more rust you want, the more you wet it and the longer you leave it. So it's entirely up to you as to which, you know, part of the process you stop this at. You can decide how much rust. So I'm thinking when it comes to steampunk and your cogs and that sort of thing, if you've got moulds for those, amazing, absolutely amazing. And don't forget, you can use all of these outside. Now we've got a picture to show you actually. Let's have a look. Oh, these are coming from Dave and Brigg. Oh, I like that. That's coloured beautifully. Isn't that amazing? Oh, I love that. Now that was the Enchanted Castle. There's Pegasus, both from the last one day special. Oh, I don't know if we've got stock of that. We might have Pegasus, I'm not sure. We'll see if we can find out actually. I think it probably sold out. Hopefully we will be getting stock in of anything that's sold out again. I know we've had some come back in, but not everything. 990178 is the item number if you want to go for the metal effect, of course, though. Right, what time have we on? Oh, we've still got loads of time. Right, I'm going to show you something a little bit different. Let's go for a different colour. I'm going to grab one of the colours, I think. I'm going to ask in the gallery, what colour would you like in the gallery? We'll go with the black. We'll go with the black. Right, okay, I've got the black here. So, let me find the black. So it's the same thing again. You've got the liquid, you've also got the powder. So again, I'm going to use my scales. Important to remember, whatever you're mixing in, when you sit those on the scales, mine measures or weighs 25 grams, you must reset the scale to 0 before you start putting that liquid or that powder in there. So when it comes to the black, I'm going to put in, now this one I'm just checking on the lid because remember the ratios can be a little bit different. So it's 2 parts of the black, 1 part of the A. So let's go with, oh. Now yours will come in the bottle that I was using earlier. This is a different bottle that they sent to me simply because they sent me a larger one. I've gone to 26, so it's slightly over, but that's fine. Now the black has been very busy actually. Nearly a quarter of the stock has gone. So let me go with my spoon. Now it's 2 parts powder to 1 part liquid on this one. So I've got 26, that's quite easy. So that's 2 26s are 52, but I've already got 26 on there. Or what I could do to make it easier for myself, if I can't do the maths, is put that back to 0 and then put the 52 in. So it depends which way you want to do it. Just plain safe this morning. It's been a bit of a shock to the system getting up early again this morning. I'm a bit of a night owl and I've had a few days off. Look at that, 52, that was good. Had a few days off, so I've been going to bed at the time I've been getting up, which isn't great, is it? Right, okay. Oh, Diamond's emailed in. She says, oh, Catherine, I love your new hairstyle. Actually, it's quite funny because everybody keeps saying, oh, you've had your hair cut. Well, I have actually this week, only at the back though, because I'm trying to let the sides catch up. So it looks a bit different. And sometimes I wear it up. But thank you, Diamond, that's very kind of you. Yeah, I did go to the hairdressers the other day. Right, I'm just mixing this again. Let me move those scales out of the way. Now I'm going to show you something a little bit different. We haven't got Pegasus on the show, have we? I was going to pour into Pegasus. Let's go with Medusa instead, because I know we've got her. Right, so again, give a really, really good stir. Make sure that you mix the powder, you mix the liquid really well together. You don't want any lumps in there. Right, okay, now what I'm going to do with this one, if I just point out with Medusa, if you do have Medusa, there's some very fragile areas when it comes to pouring the resin here. So you've got the ribbons and the little bit at the bottom. Because the mould isn't as deep there, they're your vulnerable points. So with this particular mould, I wouldn't normally suggest demoulding quickly. This is one of those I would leave overnight, but there is another way that we can do this. You saw me with the earlier mould just on the ears of the horse. I used a little bit of the gauze. I'm going to use a bigger piece of gauze on this one, and I'll show you why in a little while. So what I've got there, I'm just pouring in a little amount of resin. I'm going to use a spatula this time, actually, just to spread that over the top. Make sure I've got in there. Now I am going over the top of the actual mould itself a little bit more. I'm not worried about that because that will all break away, but I really want to make sure I get into all of the detail because there is a lot of fine detail on this one. So just mixing that and smoothing that across. Right, now at this point what I'm going to do is pick it up and drop it again to get any air bubbles through. Now I can see one or two just coming to the surface there, but there's not many. I can see one there. Just pop one or two little bubbles. Of course at home you've got more time than me, so you can spend a little bit more time. Right, now there's two things I could do here. If I've got some of the gauze, what I could do is just apply that into the areas that are particularly vulnerable. But because there are one or two areas of this one that are vulnerable, what I'm actually going to do is put the gauze on the whole of the back of this one. So I'm just smoothing that down. Now you could use a brush for this, but I'm just using a fingertip just to smooth that down a little bit. Now what I'm going to do now is pick it up and drop it again, just to make sure that that liquid is all coming to the surface. And then I'm going to go over the top again with a little bit more of the resin. So just topping that up again to make sure those fibres are really sort of mixed in and caught. That's really going to make a difference to how we demould this. That's really going to hold everything together. So if I put that to one side, we'll come back to that a little bit later. And I'm going to bring in one that I did earlier. So when you demould, what I've now got, you can see here, where those vulnerable areas are, they're not going to break away. They're there. Now I know I can actually sort of tear this to a point, but I'm not going to just tear it. I'm going to take a pair of scissors later and trim around that because I don't want to sort of pull away even those vulnerable areas there. Then when I've got the fibres on the back, although it's holding it all together, if I start pulling at that, because we've got the resin in there as well, it's made that a little bit firmer. What you can do, if you want to do, if I just bring in the seahorses, you could actually keep that fibre at the back and make that part of your design. So if you were putting that onto a plaque or something, you could actually lose that into the background or do some sort of effect around there, so you don't have to cut round there at all. So can you see all the detail that's coming through? I'm going to bring that detail through a little bit more actually. This is the black, remember. Just going to get a little bit of the purple. I'm trying to keep my gloves on because I don't have to keep taking things on and off. But if I just go over the top with the gilding wax, just with that purple, look at that detail. The thing about the A1 resin, for me, although I love the Elecam resin as well because I've used that a lot, there are different mediums for different purposes. And with the A1, I think the crispest detail is picked up with this particular resin. If I just hold that to the front so you can see. Look at that, every tiny bit of detail. You've lost nothing. It's absolutely stunning. I actually quite like leaving that fibre at the back. I think you can really sort of turn that into part of your creation. Now I have got a little bit of mixture still here. I haven't got a lot, but what I'm going to do is go with the ATP powder. Let's just bring that in. I did say we'd do this, didn't I, this though? Now then. I'm just going to find something to open this packet because I've got a new packet to open. So I would again recommend using a spoon just to add, or some sort of spatula or something like that. Don't use the same utensils as you keep for your kitchen, keep them separate. Right, now there isn't a set amount to put in here. You want to sort of add a little bit at a time and stir in. So you've already mixed up, you've got your resin, you've got your powder. You want to just keep stirring this in until you get the consistency that you feel is right for your purpose. Now I'm going to use this through a stencil. So I want to create a kind of texture paste consistency. Now remember, because the resin is going to be setting as well, you've only got a certain amount of time to work with this. But isn't it lovely to be able to mix your own texture paste, just the amount that you want when you want it, without having to buy full pots, huge pots? You can use a product that you've already got. If I just lift this up, can you see how that is now going much thicker? So if you want a nice smooth texture paste, you can just add the powder. If you want a gritty texture paste, you can of course add some sand or something in there as well. Now if you're looking at some of the stone effects, there is already grit in there. So something like the graphite, the concrete, the sandstone, they have got tiny bits of grit in there as well. So you'll get different effects from the different colours. But I'm just going to bring this in. Now when it comes to the ATP powder, this isn't for outside, this is for inside. So I'm just going to use, I should have gessoed the top of this really, but we're just going to go straight onto this wooden box with a spatula. And we'll just add a little bit of this. I could have gone a bit thicker with this, but I think that's going to work fine. It depends how you want this to look. Find a bit of clean stencil, because this one's not been washed. So just adding some of this, and of course you could mix up different colours as well. Remember, just as I say, you've got to work fairly quickly, but if you want to mix up different colours, you could do a colour blend. Then you could put this into a mould, you know, and use it in a different way as well that way. But yes, the ATP powder is for inside projects rather than outside. But before the end of the show, hopefully, I'll be able to show you how to use the sealer. So any projects that you do for outside, you can, of course, create. So using the stencil, you can see how you can turn that into a texture paste as well. I really need to find something to clean that with. Right, before I go on to the sealer, just so I can get ready, we're just going to go to a video. We're going to remind you how our Freedom Club works. Have you joined yet?
Have you heard of Hochanda Freedom? Did you know that as a Hochanda Freedom member, you could be making savings on every order you place? For just £5.97 a month, you will benefit from selected Freedom member discounts and complimentary standard delivery on every order you place. You will also receive our exclusive Hochanda Freedom members badge, regular newsletters, giveaways and crafty updates. If you shop with Hochanda more than twice a month, then Freedom is for you. Don't forget, your Freedom membership is flexible, so you can pause it if you're going away, or you can cancel it at any time. So what are you waiting for? Give us a call or head to the website, quoting item number 88888, and join Hochanda Freedom today.
Oh, thank you, Leonie. Now, I've still got some of this paste in here. I haven't tried this before, so rather than waste it, I'm actually putting some of this into the mould with the paste with the powder mixed in it. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. So we're just going to leave that. This is a bit of an experiment, so I can see what happens when it comes to 11 o'clock. Right, something else I'm going to do is just show you the first pot. This is the iron. Now Meg in the gallery was asking me, how do you clean your utensils if you can't wash them in the sink? This is my silicone jug that I mixed the iron with. So if I just show you here, it's not so easy to do this with a wooden stick. Plastic, this would just crumble straight away. There's a little bit of curing still happening there, but you can see I can break it off there. But watch the silicone. So easy to clean. Now you can do the same thing with a plastic cup. The reason I'm using silicone is because these are totally reusable, and plastic I would have to throw away at certain times. I am, again, just going to keep that because there's something I'm going to do with it later on, so do tune in at 11 o'clock to see what I do with that. Just been told, what a weird jar of stuff I've got there. What am I collecting? All will be revealed. Right, okay, now then, I am going to just talk about the sealer a little bit before we go, because we haven't actually shown this before. Right, let me find one of my necklaces as well, one of my rusty necklaces, because I was going to wear one later. Where we are? We've got a round one there. Okay. Oh, let me show you. We've got one that's a mould that's been moulding and drying as well, that I did just before the hour. So there we've got. This is one of the white fangs. Can I just explain it? Let me just show you in this mould. When I was at home, I was using the iron, and although I washed it, there must have been little bits of the powder still in the mould, and they've gone rusty. Can you see? So I didn't wash it again. I thought, you know, I'm just going to put the black in, and you can see where it's picked up some of the rust. So you can use that, you know, however you like. Let's just rub a little bit of wax over this one as well, just to bring out that detail, so you can really see. I'm just using the Inca Gold. That's all I'm using. This is the beauty of the black resin. Look at that. So if you want that look where it is just showing you every bit of detail, but you're just bringing that perfect detail out with a little bit of wax, everybody can achieve that. But look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Absolutely love it. Now we've got the details for white fangs as well. It's under this particular option, 043117. Do have a look, because there is a drop down menu. You've got Medusa on there as well, which we've also seen throughout the hour. Oh, the other white fang, if I just bring this one in, that's the other one. You get two in the same mould. Let me just put a little bit of wax on this one as well, so you can really see that detail. I'll not do the whole thing, but you can see, look at that. Look at the detail in there. There's leaves in there, there's feathers in there. I love his nose. I'm going to put a bit more shine on his nose. There we are. Do the other half of him later. Isn't he fabulous? Love him. Absolutely gorgeous. Right, okay, when it comes to the sealer, I'm just going to grab, actually, bear with me 1 second. Now this is the concrete. So let's go with this one. This is the concrete. So when it comes to the sealer, advisable to get a couple of brushes. Again, this is water-based, so you can wash everything out in water. But as with the resin, the sealer will still continue to harden underwater as well. So again, don't tip any down the sink. You can wash your brushes out, but make sure that you wash them out. It's well diluted. Don't ever put the sealer down the sink. Right, all I'm going to do is just squeeze a little bit onto the top here. I'm just going to get a paper towel, actually, under there. Going to use my brush, and I'm being quite generous with this, just to sort of get into all those little areas. Now the trick with this is, because you need to do this 2 or 3 times, is to be quite generous with it, but you don't leave it like that, then you take some of it off. You need to work it in to the surface, because this is a porous surface as it is. So you want to work that off. Now it only takes a couple of minutes to dry. So, I mean, I'm not even going to wait 2 minutes because I haven't got time for that. But give it a couple of minutes and then go again with your sealer. And again, back to the brush that I started with. Really work that in. You do find it bubbles a little bit as well, which is quite nice. If you over soak that and you can't get it all off, or you can't work it all in with the other brush, you can just dab that with a paper towel as well and take any excess off. But I'm going to my drier brush again, and I'm going to work that in. Now I can see there's quite a lot on there, so I am just going to sort of dab away. That's because the first coat has gone on, and now it's already starting to seal the surface, so it's not as porous. This will mean that you can put this project outside and it will be weatherproof. So if you wanted to put your projects or your castings that you've made onto plant pots, onto plaques outside, onto signs on your door, then you certainly can do, and they'll be protected against all the elements. So there, that's all you need to do. You're just adding with one brush and working in or taking away, just really working it into the surface with the other. Now, I would put probably a 3rd coat on that, but what I'm actually going to do is just leave that, because I've only got about 5 minutes left, and we'll have a look to see how that's dried in a few minutes. While I'm here, I'm just going to do the same thing with the necklace as well. This is my rusty necklace. Thought it might be quite nice to wear something quite rusty. Just Why not? Why not? It's aged like me. There we are. We'll just leave that as well. So that's going to give that little bit of a sheen as well, so we'll let that dry. Okay, now we haven't got much time left, so what I'm going to show you now is, I'm just going to grab the gold actually, because when it comes to the metallics, you get those powders in there as well. So if I just grab the gold, bear with me 1 second. I want to show you again, with any of the metallics or the effects, you will get that little pot of powder inside. They're always inside that pot, in that pot of powder there. Now remember that the ratios vary between the different colours. Now this particular one doesn't have a sticker on the top, but I have got a chart that I made. Gold is 1 part liquid, 2 parts powder, so it's quite an easy one to work out, even if your brain's not working. So let me just show you. I know we haven't got long. I'm just going to bring in, oh, let's go with our lion, our king. So you can see if I open up this little pot, we've got the powder in there. So it's basically, it's a mica, but it's very, very finely ground. Now when you really grind mica down, so it depends on the mica, you see. When it's not ground so much, you get more of a glitter effect in it. This one is really, really ground finely. So what you get is that lovely sheen. Rather than the glitter, you get that beautiful, beautiful sheen. So you can see that I'm just working that into the mould there. Again, tip out any excess, because if you've got excess powder in there, it will form areas that will trap air, so you won't get the bubbles out the same. But you can see the beautiful finish that you've got there. So how long have we got left? Oh, I've got time to mix up the gold, and we can let that set for later. So let me just grab my scales again. Yes, I'm back at 11, so we'll have a play with 1 or 2 other things as well. I'm just looking at the sealer, that's almost dry now. So down to 0, let's just go with, the king doesn't take much actually, I'm just going to go with 10. Should have given that a shake up really as well. Do give your bottles a shake before you put that in there. So 2 parts of the powder, so that would be 20, so in total I'm going up to 30. Oh, I've gone to 32 now because I put my powder in, so that will do 31. That'll be fine. And then again, a mixing stick, just mix it up. So it does look quite yellow at this stage, but it will dry a different colour. And with that sheen, it just gives the most beautiful finish. And you can still go over the top if you wanted with your waxes and things to bring out the colour further. And with your sealer as well, that's going to bring out the colour further again. It will accentuate that sheen of the mica. Now this one, because it's 2 parts powder and just 1 part liquid, this one's quite a runny one actually. You will find there is a difference between consistency depending on the powder or the mix that you're creating. So just pour straight into our king. Do you know, there's more in this pot than you first believe, because it does kind of stick around the bottom. Right, now with this one I'm just going to get my spatula. I find this helps quite a lot when you've got something very intricate like this one, where you've got to get into all those little bits and pieces, all those little hairs behind, or the mane. And I'm really not worried about going over the top of the mould. Obviously you don't want to go over any more than you need to, but getting into all this fine detail on this particular mould would be impossible without going over the top somehow. But you can see there, I think everything's full. Do you know, I think I'll leave this one for 11 o'clock. Now I am, because I do know that would break if I tried demoulding it too soon. Come back at 11, I'm going to put some fibres on it. Hannah! I'm not telling you what I've just heard. Right, I'm getting the bubbles out. Oh dearie. I honestly can't tell you what I've just heard in my earpiece. Right, I'm going to put some fibres on the back of there. Come back at 11 o'clock. We're going to do some different techniques as well. Oh, just before I go, I don't know if you can see the sheen on this one as well. I've got some powder on it now. I'm going to have to dust that off, but you can see the sealer. What a beautiful, lovely finish that's given that. It's almost a satin finish on there. Beautiful. So that's ready for outside. Oh, I've now got to dash over to the other set and say hello to Barbara. She's coming up next with the one-day special. I'll see you at 11 as well. Yes, coming up next, we've got Crafting with Clarity. It's the one-day special. Then we've got Crafts 2, John Lockwood's in the studio. And then he's here again. It's the Kilted Quilter.
Hi, I'm Ali from Ali Stitch Your Fingers. I've been sewing most of my life. I absolutely love sewing. I've been with the Hochanda now from the very beginning, really. That's when I started to go there. The Hochanda family are lovely people to work with, and I'm really enjoying my time with them. Designing is a big part of the journey for me as well. I love going out and finding the fabrics to use in the projects and bringing them to you. I love the designing process from start to finish, and then the finished project is just the icing on the cake. So make sure you don't miss out. Come and sew with me on Hochanda.
Hi there, I'm Nick from Crafterscope. I've been crafting for as long as I can remember. It started off making things just for myself, but then friends and family asked if they could use them too. It was really important to me to bring something unique to the crafting arena, something that was different and something that people would enjoy using just as much as I do. I really hope you'll come and join me on Hochanda for my shows with Crafterscope.
Hi, I'm Ali Reeve. I'm from the company Stamps Away. Stamps Away is a family-run company with my husband and I. We create all things crafty, especially with a passion for mixed media. At Stamps Away we create a lot of MDF products because we have laser cutters and router cutters. We also create our own stencils and masks. We try and make everything we can in-house so that you've got all the materials you need to create your projects. If you're watching a show with me on Hochanda, you'll expect to see lots of different techniques, lots of ways of using the products that we produce, and it's all very much mixed media, so pretty much anything goes. So I hope you won't miss the shows on Hochanda with Stamps Away.
Have you heard of Hochanda Freedom? Did you know that as a Hochanda Freedom member, you could be making savings on every order you place? For just £5.97 a month, you will benefit from selected Freedom member discounts and complimentary standard delivery on every order you place. You will also receive our exclusive Hochanda Freedom members badge, regular newsletters, giveaways and crafty updates. If you shop with Hochanda more than twice a month, then Freedom is for you. Don't forget, your Freedom membership is flexible, so you can pause it if you're going away, or you can cancel it at any time. So what are you waiting for? Give us a call or head to the website, quoting item number 88888 and join Hochanda Freedom today.
Hello, I'm Hayley, and you might have seen me presenting here at Hochanda. Well, I've always been an avid crafter behind the scenes and have been given the opportunity to share some of my favourite products with you in a monthly show called Handmade by Hayley. I'll be covering lots of areas of soft crafts like quilting, dressmaking, sewing, knitting, even printing your own fabrics. I'll even be bringing some items from my own Handmade by Hayley range. So So I hope you'll join me, let me inspire you, and maybe you will discover a new craft in the process.
Well, hello there. Welcome back if you started with us at 7 o'clock this morning. If you've just joined us for the one-day special, a very good morning to you. Of course, it's Groovy. We've got some fabulous plates for you as well. Now, can I tell you, the one-day special did actually sell out last night. We have got stock back on extended delivery from the 12th of October. And, of course, why has it been so popular? Well, you only have to see who's behind this, don't you? You've got Linda Williams' name there. She's the designer. And, of course, when it comes to Groovy and Clarity, everything is pure quality, isn't it? Let's just have a look quickly at the details. £49.96. You've got a £20 saving on the one-day special. You've got these 3 plates here. These are absolutely beautiful. 775-447. They're A4 plates as well. Of course, designed, as I say, by Linda Williams. It's a wrap collection part 2. We will be having a look at part 1 a little bit later as well. But, of course, we've got a wonderful guest joining us again this morning as well, live via Skype. She's there, ready and waiting, I believe, the wonderful Barbara. She's with us this morning. Barbara, are you there? Hello.
I am, love.
Hi.
Good morning, Catherine.
Oh, you're looking lovely this morning.
Oh, well, good.
Are you feeling lovely?
Should have gone to so-and-so.
Oh, Barbara, do you know, I did manage to catch a little bit of the one-day special last night at home. You only hear Linda's name and you know it's going to be something special. These are absolutely beautiful, aren't they?
They so are, and you know, if you you only have to look at the artwork to see the number of beautiful designs that Linda has crammed into these plates. We're looking now, for example, at these ribbon wraps, which are just beautiful for cards and envelopes alike. You know, if you don't want to make a really ornate envelope, then just this little wrap makes it look so special. You know,
it certainly does. Do you know, we've got gorgeous samples as always from the team. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? It really, look at that. Stunning, absolutely stunning.
Now, and Catherine, that's the one I wanted to concentrate on today, was that little pretty pocket, because there's so much. So I thought we'd focus on that particular plate today, which gives us that card. Isn't that just beautiful?
It is. It's absolutely stunning, and we can see samples at the front there as well, Barbara. But I'm just going to pick up 1 or 2 more just while I'm here, so we can see these. Do you know, in no particular order, I've got to say, this one by Karen, I adore that as well. That little pocket there on the front again. If I just open that up, how beautiful is this?
Isn't that fantastic? And look at that. And there's something very, very special about opening a little surprise pocket, isn't there? And when you close it now, Catherine, you can see the different options. You could use just the 2 on the side, the top and bottom. You could flap the bottom, the left and the right as an envelope, and use the top as the opening place.
Of course. Oh, yes, of course. I'm just, as you're saying that, I'm just trying to sort of fold things a little bit differently on another one so you can see the difference. So that's more like an envelope, isn't it? So you've got the little top flap there.
Absolutely beautiful. And then you open the top, and there at the front of the counter, in front of the actual plate, if we could just hone in on that particular middle sample. Yes.
This one.
There you
go.
Stunning. Look at that.
Oh, wow. Oh, and you've got the little pull-out in there as well, the little insert in there. Isn't that beautiful? And then, of course, when it comes to the envelopes that you can create, I mean, these plates, Barbara, I mean, they're just... on their own they're superb, but the additional use you're going to get with everything else that you've brought out before as well, the way you can mix things around. We've talked about the little band around things as well. How pretty. Oh, beautiful.
And what I love, and that lattice, look at that, and it's like a slider, isn't that gorgeous?
Do you know, even the back, look at that.
You know what, Catherine, when you open it up at the back, it's not glued. There's a really clever cut on the back.
Oh,
right?
I see now.
Did you see? Yes. You'll see it immediately as the crafter.
Yes.
Look. and you just open it up, and
there we are.
There you go. So you don't have to glue it and break it.
Wow. That is just stunning. Yeah. Oh, I'll make sure I took that back on the envelope properly as well. That is so, so pretty. I love that.
Isn't that lovely?
Do you know, when it comes to these as well, Barbara, it really is a good buy, because it works out, if you look at the prices individually, you're not actually paying for one of these plates, because you've got that £20 saving. And we haven't mentioned something else that's included as well, because we've got the parchment as well, haven't we?
And this is a two-tone parchment, so it looks, at first glance, it looks like the same colour, but there are actually two different tones of this turquoise. And when you start to layer up with these envelopes, you might have noticed a couple of the samples, they've got like layered flaps, if you like, and if you put the lighter layer on top of the darker layer, it just looks spectacular. This is really, really top quality Bergen parchment from Pergamano. It's saturated with colour on one side, on the back. So when you turn it over, you'll see that the back is a little glossier. Do you see?
Ah, yes.
Depending on which side. Right, that's the front. And then when you turn it over, it'll be shinier. Yes. And the shiny side is the side that you work from. It's the quasi the back. And that way, when you work, you still get fantastic white work. So, for example, if you come to me for a second, I've actually got that two-tone in a sample. If you just come over to my...
Oh,
there,
we can
look.
see. Yes, there we are. Oh, Barbara,
so you see light and dark, isn't it exquisite?
Oh, that's a much better way of showing that white work is just incredible.
Yes,
wow.
and because our coloured parchment is only saturated on one side, when you work with it, if this is so, you work on the shinier side. You see what I mean?
Yes, yeah.
And then when you emboss it, it comes out as white as if it were clear parchment. Isn't that exquisite?
It really is. Oh, gorgeous. Well, everybody, you need to be quick on this. Remember, it's sold out once. Over 40% of the extended stock has now gone. 775-447. It's a wrap collection part 2, remember. We have got more to show you. Barbara's going to stay with me, and of course we've got lots of demonstrations coming up. Let's have a look at part 1. Now, part 1, oh, if you haven't got part 1 yet, please have a look at this right now and consider getting this as well. They do go together, of course. You can use them individually, but just have a look at these. Again, the detail is absolutely incredible. So this is It's a Wrap collection lace wrap cards. You've got 3 plates in total on this one, a £10 saving. So you're saving half price on one of those plates this time. 2 payments of £24.99. Again, you can see the samples here. Aren't they beautiful? Absolutely beautiful. Now we've got the hexagonal here. We've also got the semicircle for you, isn't that beautiful? And we've got the diagonal rows. I think you can make out which one is the diagonal rows there as well. I am just going to pick up again 1 or 2 samples as I'm here, just randomly from the back. In no order, simply because, you know, each one is just as beautiful as the next. But I want to show you different colours with the parchment, different ways of working with these as well. You know, it doesn't matter which plate they are. In the collection, you're getting them all. Look at that, isn't that gorgeous? Barbara, tell me about this collection.
Right, so this was the original It's a Wrap collection, and again there are 3 plates, and these are like trifolds but look like the one you're looking at there. This is just flat, so it's all about the designs and the interchangeability. Look at the layers again here. You've got the light and the dark that we were talking about. There is so much in these plates. If you come to me for a second, just come over to and I'll show you. It's astounding. Right, if you look at this plate now, right, so this is just one of them. This is just one of them. Not only do you get all the words, special dearest friend, happy birthday, best friend, etc., but now look at these 2 samples that I've got here. Oh, wow. And they are using exactly the same, just the same part, right, this piece here, right? That's the crazy thing. But look, so this one has got the layers on the... Can you see the different layers? Look at that.
Oh, wow. Oh, I didn't realise how that had been cut out at the top. Oh,
that's just
perfect.
Picot cut by... It just is insane. And then this one, right, which is just white work on the layer. Look. And these are the different parts. So if you're asking me, look, and there's the back, designed by Maggie Byfield. What a masterpiece, right? But for weddings. So, and the reason that I wanted to mention these is because the second it's a wrap, it wraps itself around these cards. So of course, in the second set, Catherine, it's all envelopes, those ribbon wraps, and all that is sized to fit these plates, these cards.
Oh, well, we have been busy on these as well, Barbara. Almost 60% of the stock has gone. Remember, there's that Flexi buy option for you as well, 831857. If you can afford one and you can afford both, please go for both. You don't want one without the other, really, do you? Let's have a look what else we've got for you as well, because of course we've seen those beautiful, beautiful samples and the different colourways. You've seen how, with that example there that Barbara's just shown us, just changing the colour of the parchment, but using the same plates, you get completely different look. What about going for a whole bundle? You've got 130 sheets of that amazing quality parchment paper here. These are two-tone A4 sheets. You also get the folder as well. That means, of course, that you can store everything, so it's kept from being bent, you know, you're not catching the corners, but more importantly, I think as well, that you can see exactly where everything is in your folder. So you just flick through and you can see the appropriate colour. You can just get that, it's close to hand, and everything is kept perfectly nice and neat for you as well. Now, £42 is a saving on this collection. It works out at just 77p per sheet, which is incredible value. When you're talking quality parchment like this, you can't get much better than that, can you? 881688 is the item number. We have got a Flexi buy option on this one as well. Barbara, you've got so many colours in this collection. Absolutely stunning. We've got so many different blues and pinks and greens in there, and again the two tones.
I was telling Yanis yesterday, we were, Linda Williams and I, we put this together. We were stuck on an aeroplane in Gatwick on the runway, going to Slovenia to do a parchment week, and we just sat down with a piece of paper and decided all the different names, all the different colour tones, what we were going to include in the pack, and then when we got back from Slovenia, we went into production. So Linda was involved in this as well. You know, and you have to work with an expert when you're doing this, because I'm no expert on parchment, Catherine. You know, I only started this when we started the Groovy system, and so it's so important to talk to people that have done this so many years, and they know this is what parchers will want. These are the colours that they will want. They will want the two tones. They will want A4. So that's where this set comes from.
Wow. Well, this is going to give you so many opportunities, isn't it? So do take advantage of the Flexi buy on that one as well, 881688. Now, Barbara, we're going to hand it over to you for demonstrations. I can't wait to see what you've got in store for us. What are we starting with?
Well, I hope you're going to hang out with me a little bit here. I thought we'd go to those beautiful poppets. So let's have a look first at this gorgeous card here. This is a card made by Linda herself. And again, we're looking at these lovely pockets. And then inside, isn't this beautiful? Look, just take a look, because this is pretty. Isn't that wonderful? Beautiful. And that's what we're going to go for here. So when we open this up, and make a note of how this one's folded. So this is top and bottom, and then inside, look, it's got the little pocket.
Oh, now anybody that didn't see those, we do have them available, don't we, Barbara, as well on this show, the little pockets. Yeah.
And so we'll concentrate on this. But what's interesting, and this is what we want to look into in a minute, is this is the pocket, and this frame is also on the same plate. So then I wanted to show you, for example, this particular one. Now this again is by Linda. She's taken one of the little poppets, but this time she's flat packed it, if you like. So she's using the pocket just as like a flower, yeah?
That's beautiful.
And then she's used, I know. And then she's used one of the ribbon wraps, but she's introduced this pattern into the ribbon wrap. And now the one that I want to work on today with you is this one. And so look again at the fold. Now this is a different fold. And when we get our plates, what we also got, what we haven't mentioned yet, is that you also get an inspiration sheet. Yeah, with every plate you get an inspiration sheet written by Linda as well. So for example here she shows you, and you can see, I think you can see this. So the way that you can fold it to get this one, it's like when you do a cardboard box, you know, when you're putting a cardboard box in and then you get to the fourth one and you tuck it in. So when we open this up, it doesn't need to be tied, it holds itself together.
And don't
but then
see
when
what's
we
in
open
there.
it, look.
Oh, Barbara. Oh, it's
Isn't
a
that
pocket
exquisite?
in a pocket.
Isn't that just incredible?
I adore
Let's have
the
a look.
colours you've
Come on.
used.
Look at that.
Oh, she's so pretty.
And what, you know, the thing is that it's that opening that little secret pocket, to me, that makes it, you know. And then to find her,
I know. And the little robin there as well. Look
isn't
at
that
the
just
tassel.
gorgeous?
Oh, it's
so
beautiful.
that is actually, that's our printed parchment. We took a look at this Marina Fedotova artwork, which we licensed, Catherine, and we decided that we couldn't do it justice with Groovy. It wouldn't look right. We would lose all the detail. And so we decided to print the parchment. And what we've got, of course, is we've got it printed in colour, and we've got it printed in black and white. This is a black and white one that Linda's coloured in. Gorgeous,
I
aren't
love
they?
them. They're absolutely stunning.
So all three of these, and there's one of the coloured in. Look, there's another coloured parchment one.
Oh.
It's just beautiful with a little bit of white work. But this is what we're going to look at now in depth. So I wanted to go to this particular plate here and just indulge this, and then we'll get started, because I think it's worth seeing how this all gets built up. So we're going to keep referring back to this particular card, and now we're going to break it down. So what have we used to do this? Are we all right to do this then, Catherine?
Yes, of course. Can't wait.
Yeah, should we go
carry
for
on.
it?
Yeah.
Right, so what we've used, let's just break it down into material. We've used the two-tone parchment, right, which is in the set. We've cut out, and I'll show you how we've done that. This is one of the little, again, same thing, just a different design with a piece of copy paper behind it too. That's going to sit in there.
Lovely.
And then we're using from the Antarctica, the new design paper. This is what's in the background. So just so that anybody that wants to, and just in case we run out of time, I blogged a step-by-step on this particular card yesterday. So it's on my blog, barbaragrayblog.com. From start to finish.
Lovely.
So the first thing we're going to do is just investigate this, right? And then let's have a little look at this.
Okay.
Now this particular size sits in here like a treat. And when we go to, I think it's important to make a note of this. Now, the nested Picot dies, let's just turn this over. These are absolutely dynamite, because of course when you use a nested Picot die, you don't have to Picot cut the outside, but it looks as if it's been Picot cut. And just for our information, it's the fourth one, the fourth one out that fits inside this pocket like a treat. So this is the one, whenever you're cutting out anything here, that's the one that will give you your inside. That's good to know. Now, let's take that, because that is basically the size of these pockets when they're folded.
Yeah.
Agreed?
Yeah.
Now, if we have a look, if you look around outside here, what Linda's done is she's given us 4 different flaps. So, of course, you can use that one, or that one, or that one, or that one. But each flap has got its own corner. So when this is folded, let's have a look. If we go to this one here, you'll see it here. Look, let's hold it like that.
Yes.
This one. If I was to put this in there, you'll see this goes round it. If I do this, then flick it 180.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean?
Yes.
Right, so that one has its own corner here. Now let's look for this one. This one has its own corner there, which is the one that we saw on here. You see? So all that is flicked 180, and it sits exactly perfectly. Okay.
How clever.
This one here, it is, isn't it? This one here with that beautiful frill, this is the same pattern as this one over here. So when I've moved this over, again, if I flip this round, I've got a perfect size. I don't have to overthink it. And then the Christmas one down here, can you see this one, Catherine?
Yes,
this
it's very delicate, isn't it?
Right. Here it is up here, look.
Beautiful.
It sits in there like a dream. So this one goes there, flip it, and round the bottom as well. Isn't that incredible?
That just amazing. And I've got to say, just going back and touching on that one with the frill, Barbara, the effect that you get with that, I can see a sample at the back of the counter here. That is such an amazing effect.
Have a look at the sample that you've got there. Let's have a look.
I've got to show this. Let me just turn this the right way up for you so you can see.
I think art speaks volumes. Art speaks volumes.
I'm going to leave that folded shut so you can really appreciate.
Oh, look
at that. Isn't that beautiful?
For a baby.
Absolutely
that would be
gorgeous.
For me, that would be the baby arriving, wouldn't it? A new baby?
It would. Do you know what I'm thinking as well? Well, actually, this wasn't my idea. A gender reveal would be really nice in a little pocket like this as well. If you knew you were having a baby and you knew what it was going to be.
Oh, what a clever idea.
Isn't that gorgeous?
What a clever idea.
Love it. Stunning.
And that is just what's brilliant is that is just from this little tiny piece here. And of course, if you wanted to use the frills from this one, but the flowers inside there, you just mix and match it. I mean, Linda is a master of mixing and matching like that. So let's have a look. We've established the size now from the nested squares. We know how that works. So we'll put that to one side. And then what we'll do now is we'll have a look at the plate itself.
Okay.
So if I take the plate itself now, right, here we go. And let's get started. And what we'll do though is, Linda, she's always doing this. What she does is she uses different parts of different plates. So let's say, for example, we're going to take the blue. Okay. We're going to fill this in. Now I want to show you something. If you look at this design here, you can see we've got the swirl, but what's interesting is she didn't like it. She decided to change the holly for stars.
Oh, of course.
Which is a really good idea, because obviously what she's doing here, if we look carefully, what you can see is she's turning it into quite, obviously it doesn't have to be Christmas.
Of course not.
You know, so you're getting the swirl, but you could be putting hearts in here or anything. So then you have to start looking with Linda. It's like, where's Waldo? So then you start looking at the plates and you have to find the elements that she's used. So I found it on this ribbon wrap here.
Ah. Do you know, I was just scouring the counter then to see where it had come from.
I know. It took me a little while. I ended up. It was like Hunt the Thimble. Look, so it's this one here, and then I thought, right. So how does she position it? So then I looked again, and I thought, right. So then I had to put my own thinking cap on. Let me show you. If, for example, I turn this round, what I can do is, I think you can see this through here without a light wave, can't you?
Yeah, we can see it.
That?
Yeah.
I wonder if that's better.
That's a little bit better. I could see it, but that's better.
Right, so this is just for the beginning, just to show you how it works. See, so I was thinking, right, well, if that's say this is call Barbara. This is the swirl that I want.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
What I want to do is swap out. So I'm using a white pencil really, really lightly. Now, ideally, what I'd do though is I'd do the white pencil work on the front, right? So that I can rub it out for a start.
Right, okay.
So let's say, for example, I want to put a star there, I want to put one there, and I want to put one there. Do you see? So I'm just making little white pencil marks where I want to put my stars. That's how I would do it. And then when I turn it over, then I go to this plate first, and I put my star in, you see? So I know where my pencil mark is, because I put it there, I can see it, and then I can say, right, so now I've got my pencil, you can't see this very well, I know, but I can see exactly where my white pencil mark is, right?
Okay.
And then I'm going to come in here, right, like so. It's all right, I'm going to fast forward this, and I'm using the number 1 tool now, right? So I've wiped it with a tumble dryer sheet or an anti-slick sheet, and then if I want to do white work inside this little image here, I'm going to flip it to the number 2 tool, and then I'll have a softer image. But I don't. I want to colour it in, so I'm going to stick with the number 1.
Okay.
See?
Yeah.
So now what I'm doing is I'm positioning my stars before I put my swirl in.
Right.
Okay. So let's say I've done 3 of them. You see how I'm moving? That's how I would do it. So then I've got my 3 stars, if you like, in the right place, and then I can go back to my this one.
Okay.
You see?
Yeah, the one with the swirls.
With the swirl. And now I'll position this. I'll just get my Groovy tabs. Let me just find my Groovy tabs. Okay. Now, you talk among yourselves while I find my Groovy tabs.
Well,
oh, here they are. Here they are.
We can have a look at a few more.
Right.
Oh, have you got them, Barbara?
Yes, love. Yeah. So let's say now, for example, I'm going to go like that, and I'm just going to put this in place, and then what I'll do now is I'll single out the area, look, of the swirl, and I'm just going to put my swirl in now, and if I'm just avoiding the starry addition that I've created, right, and I'm going to come down here like this. Oh, you see, the good thing about this is you need to slow down, Gray, so that you don't spoil your work. But what we're doing is we're avoiding the holly, and we're just putting the swirls in, right? So I'll just add all the swirls where I think they sit, right? And then when I turn this over, see what you're doing is now you're becoming the designer. This is now you're changing. You see, you're changing the design by creating your own. Isn't it clever?
Really lovely. And the flat, that a little bit more work's been done on there, Barbara, as well. The extra stars, obviously, does that come from the same band as well? Is that a different part of a plate?
So the extra, yeah. So I looked for them as well. Now, where did I find them? They were also. Oh yeah, I remember. So you go back to this plate. I think I love the fact that you mix and match. See this one here?
Yes.
This band.
Yeah.
When you turn it over, there's a method in Lynn's Madness. You see the centres here, those are the stars. So then, for example, you can just add, let's say here, a star. Now, if I want to do this with white work, this is where I've got to turn my tool to the number 2 tool and make it softer, because that way I won't be I won't be fighting the. See, I can put these wherever I fancy now. See?
Well,
so I can put a couple of stars in.
Spaces and balance things, aren't they, as well?
Yeah, exactly. So now, and what you'll see is they're a bit softer than the white work. And the reason for that is, of course, in a minute when we go in there. So you build up, and then the little triangle, I found him as well, he's over here, right? So there's a little diamond, not a triangle. So you go in with the diamond as well, and you can infill. There you are, this is the one we're on. So you just infill whatever you fancy. You literally, let's put a little diamond in. I reckon that'll sit in there lovely. Just like that. So what this does is it's a very creative process, because you can, if these were leaves, you'd just be adding leaves to a branch. So you build up you build it up until you're happy. Let's have a look closely at, let me just find a piece of black card. I had a bit here.
Okay. Well, we are busy again, Barbara. On the extended stock, 65% of the stock is now gone. Remember, this sold out last night, everybody watching at home. 65% of the extended. Look at that. Isn't that so crisp? Beautiful.
Yes. So, but what's fascinating is that what Linda's done is she's taken areas from 2 different plates. So she's created a completely different pocket to the original. Oh, there's the black card. To the original one. Do you get what I mean? It's very, very clever.
It is very clever.
So you've got your own original pocket now. So if we move forward a little bit on this, you'll see that we're going to do some colouring, we're going to do some stippling, and we're going to do some embossing. Just hold that thought for a minute.
Okay.
And what I want to do is just show you now where, let's have a look at this, because this is the light blue, if you like, right? So I'm just looking at the time. Yeah, let's have a look at this. So we can see this now.
Oh, isn't
if
that
we look
pretty?
at the card, you'll see where it comes. See this here?
That is just such a stunning effect.
Right, so let's just do this embossing now. I'm going to talk this one through because it's very clearly, and you'll understand now, when I bring the plate in, you'll understand where Linda found this artwork. So let's look at this cigar band here, or this ribbon wrap, right? And let's talk this one through. So you can see immediately, this is there, look.
Yeah.
And this has been Picot cut out. So again, you're just going to take those Picot squares, and which one did she use? Well, let's just find out. The second one in. The second one in.
Right,
gives you the perfect size.
Perfect.
Right? So then you've done that. I would do that first. And then you've got this one down.
Yeah, so you've got that nice and central.
As you're going, are you going to use the number 1 tool or the number 2 tool? Yeah? And then when you've put that one down, then you go to the next one. So we've done the tall, and now we're going to go to the small ones underneath. You see? So what we're going to do then, we'll wrap them along the bottom.
Yes.
And all Linda's doing is she's just repeating it. So this whole cigar band, I keep calling it a cigar band, this ribbon, actually then, instead of being one of these lovely ribbon folds like this, it becomes a part of a flat card, which I think is another whole other use, isn't it?
It certainly is. There are so many options, Barbara. It really is endless.
So I was thinking, if you'd like to just have a little recap, then I can just get my head together and we'll go to the white work and I'll get ready for that. How's that sound, Catherine?
That sounds great. Yes, definitely. We'll show a few more
some of that fantastic artwork.
Wonderful. We'll be with Barbara again very, very soon. Can't wait for the next part, actually. Now, we are now 70% of the extended stock now gone. This is part 2. It's a wrap collection part 2. You can see those beautiful plates. Barbara's just been talking us through those plates as well there. You know, we've looked really in detail at a couple of those there. Don't forget the third one. Essentially, you're not paying for one of these as well because it's a £20 saving. Individually available at that price at £19.99. So you are getting one in that bundle for nothing. So really, it's a bit of a no-brainer there. And you get the parchment as well, that 2-tone parchment in the green, which is absolutely beautiful. 775447 is the item number. Do not miss out on these. We are on that extended delivery stock. Please check those baskets out. Remember, the date is dispatched from the 12th of October. I'm just going to show you a few more samples, actually. I'm just going back to that lovely sort of lace ruffle edge as well. This card, actually, done in a completely different way. Look, again, in that beautiful soft pink. Beautiful, isn't it? Again, that would be perfect for a little baby. It would be a wedding, an anniversary. It could be anything you want. Of course, bringing the colours in there. You've got the seasonal option there as well. Isn't that beautiful? Do you know, I'm dying to open some of these little pockets as well, just to see what's inside. So this one is by Josie's done this one. And remember, there are different ways that you can fold these pockets so it can look like an envelope. There's a little pocket, pop it in there again. It's another pop it in a pocket. Look, isn't that sweet? Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. You do get an inspiration sheet as well. Don't forget, when it comes to those wraps, as you've seen there with Barbara, you can use them to wrap around your envelopes that you create, or you can use them as bands around cards, but also use them as ribbons and frames in your actual cards as well. Look at this here, isn't that beautiful? Just going to open that up. A little bit of a fastener on there as well, so you can pop something inside. Doesn't that give the most beautiful finish to your envelope? I mean, I don't think I've ever seen anything quite as stunning as that, to be quite frank. When it comes to envelopes anyway, let me see what else we've got here. There's so much to choose from. Remember, when you're looking at the plates as well, you can work with these with all of your papers, with your different parchments, with your different plates as well. I'm going to have to open this one because I just want to know what's inside everything. You can't fail but want to open, can you? Oh, look! Oh, there's another butterfly in there. Isn't that beautiful? You could have a secret message in there. It could be the date, maybe the date of a birth. Maybe you want, yes, perhaps it's a wedding. You could put some confetti in there as well, or 21st or an 18th. It could be for mum, it could be for auntie, it could be, these could be male, female. It really doesn't matter. I'm just thinking as well, I'm looking at all the different samples here. The various different designer papers from Clarity, they all work so beautifully, don't they, as backgrounds. Look, you've got the white work in there again, you've got the Picot edging, of course, you've got the text in there as well. That's also included on the plate, but you can change that around. You've got those different options of the different designs on the flaps there as well. It would have been so easy for Barbara and Groovy to put those flaps on so that everyone was the same, so that you just worked around it one go. But no, you've got 4 different designs there, so you really have got the value for money. 775447 is the item number for the 1 day special. Don't forget you are getting that parchment included as well. Now we have got more on offer for you as well. The original set, this is part 1. Lots of you have been going for this one as well. This is your 3 plates again. Now these are A4 plates again, £10 saving on this one, £49.97. Look at these are absolutely beautiful. Almost 65% of the stock has gone. 831857. There is a flexi on this one as well. 2 payments of £24.99. So of course you can split the cost on anything else you pop into your basket. Maybe need to stock up on your perga glitters and your tools and that sort of thing as well. Now don't forget about the parchment paper bundle. This is incredible value. Look at the saving. £42 saving. You are getting 130 sheets. These are A4. They're 2-tone. You've got those beautiful colours in there. Hand-picked by Linda and Barbara to make sure that you've got everything that was so important to you as a parcher. You've got the payments here split again, 2 payments of £49.93. You're getting the folder in there as well, so you're going to store those in the folder. These break down to just 77p per sheet. I know the original price is around £1 a sheet for the parchment. This is top quality parchment. 881688 is the item number. Then the poppets, we've seen lots of these, haven't we? These are absolutely stunning. Perhaps you saw the stamps a while ago as well. Perhaps you've got those, but these are the printed parchment pieces. So you've got the coloured printed ones and you've got the black and white as well. So you've got the option of colouring yourself. £59.96. There are different options here. We've got the whimsy, you've got flower, and you've got Christmas there as well. And you do get them all actually, but you can get them individually. But as a bundle there, you're saving £19 as a Freedom member. This is a why not deal, because you are saving far more than it would cost you for Freedom. And you've got that folder in there as well. 641236 is the item number. They are absolutely beautiful, aren't they? Well, let's get back to Barbara, because I know she's got lots more to show us. I cannot wait to see where we're going next with this demonstration. Barbara, I'm going to hand it back to you.
Well, thank you very much, Catherine. What I wanted to just mention before I carry on with the card is that what you were just talking, I was listening very carefully to what you were saying about the parchment, that big pack of A4, and I know that it is a considered purchase, but as a parcher that just joined the team, I have to say, to have that collection, it's a game changer. It was for me, because when you start to use it and you realize that you can rub color out of it as well. You know, for that you can take color out before you reintroduce color. It's a real game changer. It's a good price, but I just do think that it's worth investing in if you want to improve your parching game. That will do it. And if we look at the colours that we're using on the card here, let me just show you, because parchment is the key, isn't it?
It certainly is.
So we've got the 2 colours of blue, and now what we've got here, of course, is that designer paper that I was talking about from Antarctica in the background. But you know, on the subject of parchment, we've also got designer parchment, haven't we? So what I wanted to, just before we carry on, I just wanted to go to this as well, because if you, and I'm using the designer parchment here, but think about it, you could also use the parchment. There's something very, very deluxe when you open an envelope. Let's take this, and it's got an insert. You know, when you've got something very special when you open a card and there's a beautiful insert. You know that one?
That is absolutely gorgeous.
Isn't it beautiful?
It
and it's very, very easy to do. You need 2 pieces, or one A4 piece would do the job as well. Look, you see? one A4 piece would do the job with room to spare, you see, if you were using the coloured parchment. This has to be a very special occasion, but I'm just explaining how it gets cut out. And what you do is when you use the envelope template, I know I'm jumping around, but this is well worth knowing. When you use the envelope template, you use 2 pieces, and when you cut it, you just cut within the line, Catherine, and then that, as a liner, if you like, it sits absolutely perfectly inside the flaps before you glue it. Look.
It is pure luxury, isn't it, as you say?
It just slides in like that. But so you can make a really plain envelope, but the beauty then is through the translucency of the clear one. So you use clear parchment and designer parchment underneath. There are so many different options. Yeah. I think that makes sense, doesn't it?
It does. And do you know, you said it yourself, Barbara, you can think of this as a considered purchase, but actually when you do break it down at just 77 pence per sheet, you think, you know, for the parchment, that big pack there, that is nothing really. When you get beautiful cards, you get the results that you do, that is incredible value. It really is.
And if you've already got a pack of the clear parchment, the A4 clear parchment, it's exactly the same parchment. We invest in clear parchment and then we print it ourselves. So it's the same quality as the clear parchment. It's just been saturated with a beautiful colour on one side. That's how we make it.
Wonderful.
Okay. So let's have a look at this card again. And I thought we'd go to the next level and we'd do a couple of little finishing tricks. So the first thing I wanted to show you is, so let's pretend we're going to fast forward. The first thing is white work. So again, we're going to turn over and we're going to take our tools. So I can use my tools from the starter kit. There's a really good Groovy starter kit, and it's got the tools in it. It's got a black mat, soft on one side, hard on the other. If you're watching and you're thinking, I'd really like to get into this, the starter kit is definitely a way to go, because it gives you the meat and 2 veg. It gives you what you need to get started.
It does, doesn't it? You've got that plate mate in there as well, haven't you?
Say that again, love.
You've got the plate mate as well, haven't you, to adapt, so you can put your different size plates in there as well.
Exactly. Well, that's the key really to the starter kit, isn't it? That's so important. But you'll see here, you've got tools that are numbered 1, 2. That's what I was talking about earlier. Yep. The 1 is a stylus. You get a crisp white line. 2 has got a little ball on it, so it's softer if you want to do white work. 3 and 4, therefore, white work as well.
Okay.
So these 1 and 2 are for line art. 3 and 4 for embossing. Of course, when you get into it, then you're into the realm of parchment, aren't you, with Pergamano. And so I'm using a Pergamano pink mat in the background, but I'm going to stick with the starter kit because I know a lot of us have got the starter kit. So if, for example, let's have a look at the front, and let's say I want to just do some white work on these little diamonds. Let's just say we're going to do some white work on these little diamonds.
Okay.
So all we're going to do is take the largest ball tool that fits, and then we're going to lightly, let's just take one here, for example. We're just going to lightly press. And because it's soft, and you'll see, as you go through this, like so, if I just, let's have a look, that's the one we're doing, you'll see it stretches it and it makes it go lighter. And you work in layers, right? So if we go over to this one here is, this one's already been done. This one's been 1 generation of white work, 2 generations of white work. You see, if you let it rest in between layers, Catherine, you know that. It works brilliantly. So let's do a little experiment. If we take these 2, right, this one here, you can see it's quite grey. Can you see that?
Yeah, we can see.
Right, so I'm going to take that one and I'm going to add another generation of whiteness, and I'm using the pink mat in the background, and I'm using the number 2 tool, so I'm really going to make it white because I've gone to it's a tiny little area. I can get away with this, you watch. Then I'm going to turn this over and you'll see it's really white now. Do you see the difference?
Massive difference.
Isn't it? Yeah. And so the trick when you're doing white work is to leave it, just let it rest.
Yeah.
Now, let's have a look. That's how white work works. So then the next thing I wanted to do is show you the colour. So over here on this side, if we take a bit of white card behind, then maybe we'll see it better. Let's have a look.
That's
Okay,
better, yes.
now we're rocking.
Lovely.
So you can see the white work here. Yeah. Now let's have a look at the colour, and then while we're at it, we've got time, we can do a little bit of stippling as well. See the stippling on the larger stars?
Lovely.
Right, so now the white work, let's do the colouring first. And I'll leave the, let's have a look. I need a hard surface for colouring, soft surface for embossing, white surface for hard surface for colouring.
Okay.
So what I'm going to use is my Perga colours for this job. These are Perga colours.
Okay.
They're felt tip pens. They're felt tip pens. Superb. Let me just look. Boom. Really, really cool. They work on card as well as parchment. That's the thing. Since we acquired Pergamano, there are so many overlaps. What I love about these pens,
Barbara, aren't they?
Are they? What? Oh
yes. We've got them
Wow.
on screen. I didn't realise. I've just seen the price of these. 30 for that price. 25.94. Wow.
So how many are there's 30 in there?
30, yes.
Wow, that's a good price. Yeah, there's 30 in there, and they're double-ended, right? So it's got a really, really fine end at one end, and it's got a bullet at the other end. So,
Lovely.
for example, if we look at the card here, you can see that's the bullet, right?
Oh, we
and
can't
this
quite
is the
see
fine
that,
one.
Barbara. I don't know if you. That's better.
Sorry,
Lovely.
sorry.
That's it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So that's the bullet, and that's the fine one.
Lovely.
And what I really, really endorse about these is that the fine one doesn't give up the ghost. So many of these pens, and I don't like to product bash, but it's a fact, and we all know it, us crafters know. So often you buy these pens, and the bullet's fine, but the fine end on these double-ended ones, it loses its, it goes all floppy before, after a few uses. This seems to have a kind of a plastic cap around it, and so you don't lose it. It goes on and on and on, right?
Lovely.
And when you're working in tiny areas, I really am impressed with these. I mean, we didn't inherit, we bought Pergamano, but we inherited their products, and this is one of the best products that we inherited. This was really, really exciting for the paper crafter in me as well. Wonderful. So what I wanted to show you was, if we're working on the back, for example, I can get into this area really. Now I might do better, let's just check, working on black.
We can see that a little bit better, actually.
The other.
Yeah, we can.
Let's have a look.
We can see the detail a little bit better on the black. But whatever's easiest to you, Barbara, we can see the colour.
So what we're going to do, let's just say I'm going to go in on the back with the dark, see, and the thing is, this is a dark blue, and of course I could use pencils, but I find this works better. Now I've gone in on the back, let's say, and then I'm going to turn it over. Let's have a look. This is the one I'm working on.
Isn't that lovely?
So you can see I've worked on the back. Now I can go in, because it's so tight, I'm not worried about, I go careful, but I want to make it even darker, look. I want to make it even darker.
Okay.
And so I'm actually going to come in over the top with the very fine, and the trick is just to do a diamond and then fill it. So you do a diamond round the outside and then fill it. Diamond on the inside, and fill it, and you'll see how quickly, look.
And I can presume, Barbara, that you can feel the ridge there where you've embossed then, and that's not allowing you to slip out there. You can feel that. So it's that guideline for you.
The pen stays in, the pen stays inside it. But you literally, if I just make a little diamond and then fill it, it works like a treat. And that's me working on the front and not the back.
Lovely.
It's very quick. Look, isn't it lovely?
Extremely neat. Perfect.
Yes. So what's the time? How are we doing for time?
We've got about 5 minutes, Barbara.
All right, brilliant. Well, let's have a look at a little bit of stippling. If I take just a black bit of card, I need to I blacked it with a Sharpie pen, just so that I could see what I was doing. Yeah. And then, so what I'll do is, this is just a little technique. I'll work on the back. I'll take a ball tool. Let's take a larger ball tool, and I'll just let's have a look. Which one should we? Let's go to this one here. Right. And I'm just going to lightly, on a pink mat, I'm just going to do a little bit of white work, just gently, to get it started. Okay, from the back, we're doing a little bit of white work, like so. Okay. Right, and then I'll turn it over. Yep. Now, where was I? There it is, that one. Yeah. It's this one here. So I've done a little bit of white work on it.
Okay.
And then I'm going to lay that down on this cardboard, again, working from behind, like this. And then I'm going to take a 1 needle tool. So let's have a look. I'm going to use a 1 needle bold. You can use a 1 needle fine. It's entirely up to you. And then what we're going to do, just gently, working from behind, I'm going to start just dot, 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 dot. Go slowly, I do, because it gives me more control. I've not seen you do this before,
Barbara.
Say that again, love.
I've not seen you do this before.
It's stippling. I've watched Linda do it, and you'll see. I'll just do half the star so we see the difference.
Okay.
Let's have a look. And I'm just dotting like that. I'm just going like a pneumatic drill, right? And when you turn it over, you'll see it looks like snow inside. See?
Yes, because you're breaking the parchment, aren't you? It's giving that effect.
Yes. So it's just stippling, and you'll often see it for texture. If you look at this one up here, let's get in really tight. It's a stippling trick, but it just changes. You see, it's not white. It's like it's stippled.
Yeah.
It's just a different effect, but it looks really pretty, especially when you add glitter to it.
Yes.
Now, when you add glitter to it, it looks superb. You see?
Oh yes, that does look nice.
So the only other thing, we've still got a little bit of time left, haven't we?
We've got a couple of minutes left. Yeah.
Cool.
You're doing
so
well.
The last thing I want to show you is how we cut the Polly Pocket out. The pretty pocket, right? Because this is actually Picot cut. This is done by hand.
Okay.
And so you could, of course, cut it out with a pair of scissors if you didn't do Picot cutting. But if you do Picot cutting, then this is where you go freehand and you use a 2 needle bold tool. You can tell by the end it's got the sign on the front. And what we're going to do now, this is for somebody who's new to this game. I go very slowly because I'm not a parching expert. But what I do is you take the tool and you slowly, and I've got a super foam mat underneath. You see, so I go and I use this needle in the first hole, and then I decide where I want to put it, and then I go perpendicular and I press. Okay. And then I go to the next one, and I wouldn't even press too hard because I'm using a bold needle. I just need to make the holes like that along the outside of the white line. Can you see that okay?
We can see it perfectly. Would you always start in the same position, Barbara, at the corner of the square?
Say that again.
Would you always start in the corner of the square? Is it a good place to start every time?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I'd start here and I'd work my way round.
Okay.
Yeah? And then when you're cutting out, and this is the last step really, when you're cutting out, what I do is I hold the scissors like Linda does, so that they're facing upwards. I put my thumb in there, I put my forefinger in there, and then I've already got, and I watch Linda very carefully with this, and then you go, oh, hang on, in like that, and then snip, and in like that, and snip, and in like that, and snip. Can you see this okay?
Twist
it's quite difficult to do it at an angle like this, but all I'm doing is, and I've got my finger underneath, so I can see exactly. I'll just go in with the tips, and then as I go round, like that, and you get in that groove, and you get that snipping going, and then let me just take a piece of, and you go round till the whole thing falls out, right? So, and then when you go in, look,
lovely.
you can see.
How neat is that? Oh, Barbara, that looks amazing.
And the scissors that I used, there are different ones. I've got quite long fingers, so I use these ones. These are the exclusives, they're the least expensive ones. These are a considered purchase. The ring lock, they've got bigger holes.
Yeah.
So bigger, and also the clues in the name, they lock. So you got more control. But you know, it's 6 of one and half dozen of the other, and then you've got the snips as well, haven't you? The ones that are like tweezers. So there are 3 different sorts. It depends entirely. It's a preference thing. But I like these ones. That's my personal preference.
Lovely. Well, we do have them all available on the website, of course. Barbara, thank you so much. It's always a learning curve. It's always education from you every single time. We learn something new. Of course, when it comes to the one-day special, we have been busy again. In fact, 3/4 of the stock has now gone. We've still got the details on the screen for the scissor. We'll bring back the details for you for, of course, the one-day special. Remember, with the saving, you're essentially getting one of these for free. These are A4 plates. These are designed by Linda Williams. We've seen throughout this hour with Barbara once again how versatile these plates are, how they work together, how you can change, how you can become the designer. Those beautiful pockets as well, absolutely stunning. We've got so many gorgeous samples around the studio. The design team have worked their magic as they always do. Look at this, they're so delicate, so pretty, aren't they? 775447. You do also get the teal parchment included in there as well. You've got those 2 different colours there, those 2-tone colours, beautiful. Do, of course, join us again for another hour later. Is it Paul or is it Barbara later on? I'm not sure. Oh, I'm not sure. I don't know if Barbara's still there, actually. But do join us again, of course, for the later hours. Final call will be at 4 o'clock as well this afternoon. Make sure you check those baskets out. We've been busy on both bundles as well. Don't forget collection number 1 as well. I'll see you in a little while. Scott's coming up next with John Lockwood. See you soon. Yes, the guys are in the studio. We've got Crafts 2 coming up next, and then it's the Quilted Quilter. A1 Creatives back at 11 with me, so please join me then.
Did you know you can watch Hochanda 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for free using our app on Roku? Just like your smartphone accesses an app store to add new applications, your Roku streaming player or Roku TV accesses the Roku channel store to add new channels. By downloading the Hochanda channel, you'll be able to access your favourite craft channel on your TV anytime you want to watch. Here's how to do it. Turn on your TV and connect your Roku device. Next, turn the power on and press the home button on your Roku remote. Scroll up or down to select settings. Select your network and select setup connection. Roku uses a wireless connection, so select your router name and add your password. This should be on the side or the bottom of your router. If this is the first time using Roku, then you'll need to set up an account on the device or by going to the Roku website. That's it. Now it's time to add the Hochanda app. Simply press the home button on the Roku remote. Scroll up or down using the arrows on your remote to select streaming channels. Then open the channel store. At the top of the channel store, you'll find a list of featured, new and popular categories to explore. Enter Hochanda into the search bar and this will take you to the Hochanda app. Now simply select Add Channel. When you see the added channel screen, press OK and return to the home page. Now scroll down to the Hochanda app and press the star button on your remote. You can then use the arrow buttons to move Hochanda to the top of the screen for quick and easy access. And that's it! You can now watch, purchase and catch up with your favourite shows 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on your TV whenever you feel crafty.
Hi, I'm Leslie from Chocolate Baroque, and we design and manufacture our own rubber stamps right here in the northeast of England. We have a wonderful in-house designer called Sue, who hand draws all the images, which we then transfer into rubber stamps. We have very, very elaborate designs. We have everything from steampunk right through to beautiful florals, and then we have scenic and we have words. Our stamps are beautifully elaborate, very, very detailed, exquisitely etched, and the quality is next to none. So good that if you look after your stamps, we guarantee them for a lifetime. Whether it's stamping, mixed media or art journaling, join us at Hochanda for our journey into everything creative and messy and see what you can create with our stamps.
Hi, I'm Lou from Studiolight. Studiolight has been around for about 40 years now. They're based in the Netherlands. It's a family-run business with a great heritage. The products that Studiolight bring us are very diverse, fantastic dyes, great papers, but all round on trend. Over the 40 years Studiolight have evolved, they listen to me, the demonstrator, and you, the customers, and really take our ideas on board. On the Hochanda shows, we'll share with you the diverse techniques and products will inspire you to produce your own individual pieces of artwork. So make sure you don't miss the Studiolight shows on Hochanda.
Hi, I'm Pete from Artisan Design. We're a family-run company from the Midlands, and we have been going for around about a year now. We design handcrafted stamps, stencils and designer papers. Personally, I love crafts, and I've loved crafts from childhood, right from when I first won an art competition when I was 5 years old. I love to inspire, and what my aim is to get the crafters to see their own potential. I like them to be in charge of their own creativity. What I hope is that our images provide the kickstart to your mojo and help you create your own works of art. Tune into Hochanda, be part of the artisan design world, and come and join me on this creative path.
Good morning, everybody. How the dickens are you? I hope you're well this fine Monday morn. I'm joined by... In fact, I was talking about him just a second ago outside with floor manager and said, you know what, that John Lockwood, if he was the bloke next door, I'd be more than happy if he was my friend next door, actually. It's lovely John Lockwood, everybody.
Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, I was just saying as well.
Thank
I thought,
you.
you know, if you were a neighbour, I'd love that. I'd love the fact that John was next door.
You see, we don't really... Yeah, because we're very quiet and don't go out the house.
Well, you're
so
hardly there, I tell you.
Exactly, we're never there. We never cause any noise.
No.
I'm in bed by 10 o'clock, so trust me, you know, you'd never get any noise from me.
Perfect. Right, well, I'll look out for where you're moving to next and see if I can track you down. John, it's always a pleasure to be with you, of course, with always lovely... In fact, last time I saw you was birthday celebrations,
It was,
wasn't it, actually?
yes.
You got over that now? You're okay?
I think we have just recovered. Sam came home from Crafts 2 on Friday night.
Wow.
He's been down there for nearly a month, just seen him for sort of a day, helping pack everybody's orders. It was just phenomenal. I know everyone would like to say thank you to them.
I'm sure,
And
yeah.
thank you to the team at Crafts 2 who really did work their behinds off to get everything out.
Well, it was a busy weekend.
It was,
I know
and it
you
was
had
the
loads.
21st, so I mean, as far as I know at the moment, that was the 21st birthday celebration. There isn't another one planned for next year.
Ah, you see, they're still going to be getting over the 21st.
Yeah.
No, right, that's fair enough. Well, look, always a pleasure to have John with us, and we brought back some of that have been on the show, but they sold out.
They did, yes. Jane had these, and I really wanted my turn at them, and they totally sold out on the first show she did with them.
I love these.
So I convinced Crafts 2 to order some more so that I could have a play.
Yes.
These are just so much fun. You've got the beautiful hot dog. As he was called when I was sort of working with him. So you've got Christmas and Birthday, Happy and Merry on there. But I just love the penguins, and the gnomes are fantastic.
They are fab.
They are so cute, and the fact that each one is an individual stamp, to me, I think was so clever of 2Js to do this, because it means that you can use them individually. You're not having to cut them up.
Yeah.
You can you can actually layer them up. You can make a whole strip of them. You've got so much more flexibility with them being individual rather than being all jammed together in one row, and I think that's fantastic.
So you really do get to play with these, you know, collectively or individually. They are fantastic, and they've all got you could have a real sort of bit of fun with those with characters, but all sort of mischief they can get into, couldn't they?
You can,
really,
because these are so popular. So each one individually is nice. There's no, I don't want to say there's no dogs in there, but that's the only word that comes into my head. But, you know, there's not one thrown in. Each one's got its own personality. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, that's the word. That is the word.
Every single one is different and cute. I just think they're fantastic.
Well, I can tell you already 10% have gone. I know they sold out last time, so I'm going to just have a show again. Just a couple more samples while we do it this evening, because they look great as a gang.
They do. And the thing is, this is really relatively easy. I'll be showing you how to do this later on in the show, hopefully.
Great.
But you can really work well with these, so you can put them together, or, as in the next one, just make them feature stars.
They are.
So use them individually.
They are fantastic. They are beautiful. Now, of course, we also want to move on to. We don't. It's not all about them, but we've got their little friends as well.
We've got the gnomes.
The gnomes.
I know that's not how you pronounce it, but it's just so fab. But again, each one's got his own personalities. You can see the one on your left. You know, he's sort of like the old boy that be sat in the sat in the tap room with a pint of bitter in front of him. Yeah, and then you've got, you know, the one at the end in the pink that's sort of coming in and ordering a gin and tonic. Yeah. But they've got personality. Each one is different. They're so amazing.
They really have. They are absolutely. They're one. In fact, you know what? I'm sure I've done panto with some of them as well. Actually.
Yeah, you could actually easily stamp out 7 of those, colour them differently, and you would think you've got 7 different ones.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because they're all so different.
It is fabulous. It's fabulous. Now, I just want to give a bit of a stock warning, everybody. A third of the stock has already gone, and we're 4 minutes into it as well. So I would recommend, if you can, do check out of your basket nice and early if you can make sure you do get hold of that. I just want to show him as well, just on his own. There he is. That you can sort of see. There he is. Look, he's chilling out. He's very chilling out. And OMG, that's a bit harsh first thing in the morning, isn't it?
It is a little bit,
great,
yes.
though, isn't it?
And that card shouldn't be there. That's a little sneak peek for what's coming on the 12th of next week.
Oh, what the...
Yeah, so I think Sam might have packed that in the
box.
I see.
Oh, so this... Oh, what, the actual card?
The actual card,
Oh,
yeah. So
that's not here yet. That's not here yet, that
so throw that, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Tuning on the 12th then, is
yes.
it? Right, the 12th. Moving on. 648 703 only £19.99 for all of those as well. And you've got that £3 saving on there, so fantastic opportunity. Please do take advantage. 648 703. Right, let's bring you to another set that we've got for you, and these are completely different feel on this as well, but these are beautiful.
They are. I think this is what I absolutely love, because 2Js work with licensed designs and work with artists. There's no house style. So we've had the fun, now we've got almost the classic, but again, there's so much fun inside that leaping stag. He's beautiful, the way he's sort of been zentangled and all detailed and sort of harlequined inside. And I just absolutely adore the stag's head. Again, it's got the same sort of detail, it's from the same artist. Yeah. So we've got the licence for both of these images from this artist. But again, they don't actually, to me, say massively Christmas. Look at the little birds and the flowers in there.
I know, but you also the love hearts in there as well on the sort of the forehead of it.
Yeah, there's so much unique and decoupage. And the background, this was actually, the background was originally with the original fun stamps.
Right.
But
that's nice.
It's just absolutely beautiful, because this is a reverse stamp.
Got you.
So what you see in black is what will ink and stamp. What you see in white is what will be left of the paper below.
Right, I see.
So you get a really nice background, but I can imagine that with some of your embossing powders and your inks and things. Again, if I get a chance, I will demo it in this hour, if not in the next one.
Well, let's just see some of those as well, because I will tell you, just to see some of the finished samples you can get a little idea of. But again, the detail in those, I mean, that's a lovely... That should stay framed all the year round, shouldn't it? Something like that.
That, to me, would not scream... That doesn't scream Christmas. That could be a birthday or any occasion, really, well, with British weather, from sort of May through to February, couldn't it, really?
Yeah. It's perfect if you are looking to celebrate your summer there. But it is a mighty beast anyway for that, isn't it? But lovely for some wall art generally all around.
It is. I mean, this one reminds me, I got the idea to make that sample because that's similar to something we've got up in our downstairs bathroom.
Oh, is it? All right,
where we've got a stag actually printed onto a piece of book paper in a frame, because stags are real. I've got a real thing for stags, but they're a real sort of home decor piece at the moment.
They are beautiful. I mean, we've got 3 very contrasting, very different here, all using that same one. But again, very different feel about every single one of them you pick up. You really can go to town with this.
Yeah, you really can. I think there's just so much you can open your imagination with them.
I just want to also bring in so you can see a bit of the background we got in here as well. Is that the right one?
No,
oh, is that the other one, isn't it?
The pile to your left.
Oh, there it is. Yes, sorry. Yeah, let me just show that again that we can see here. Pauline's with us as well, saying good morning as well. Very good morning, Pauline.
Morning, Pauline.
Lovely. She's had a lovely way to start the day.
Oh, good.
So you see,
with you, Scott. No, with you, Scott.
Well, it's yin and yang together. It's nice to have your company, Pauline. Thank you very much. Keep us together. In fact, before we came live, we were talking about Open All Hours. You know, classic TV sitcom. Yeah. Beautiful finish on this, so you can see that background that John was talking about there. But you get all 3 in that set that you're going to go for. 833 699, only £16.99. And again, really busy, by the way, really busy. Now, half the stock, by the way, is that on the the fun stamps we had for you, OK? Half the stock. We may get one demo in. We'll do our best as well. But after that, we might be struggling. But half the stock has already gone. 19.99, 648 703. Now, I have got something special for you that's here. Now, it's not a sort of just for this hour only. It's for both shows, this offer that's going to be. So John's back at 1 o'clock this afternoon. And so the deals that we've got for you here, the Nordic dies that you've got here. Now, this is phenomenal. I've got the die set here. And if I just show you these are the actual, they're the embossed file. These are the die set that the offer is actually available for. Now, you were saying, John, originally that we think that one of these dies alone was around about £11–12 when it was on its own originally. Yes. And now we're doing £11.99.
Yeah,
and you
all
three.
I'm still not 100% sure the price is right. I'll find out after.
That's another quiz show.
That.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've just put this together. We've got a few left. They work so well with these stamps. They work so well together that we thought we always like to try and put a special offer on for people. Yeah. You know, and do a special deal. So I love these. Again, this is actually the one you're using is my set.
Oh, is it?
So that's actually my heavily used set. You see how much. But again, it just makes absolutely beautiful frames work so well. But
really
if you see it in the next sample with the gnomes, it really just fits.
Great, isn't it?
And that's actually an easel card. So you can see they fit in exactly with it.
That is fab. Look at these with your Noels. Absolutely gorgeous. 721185, only £11.99, and that's for 8 dies, and you can see how that's going to work. It is for this hour, and again at 1 o'clock hour, if there's any stock left for that, with John again a bit later on for you. So if you want to take advantage of that offer, please do so while that is there and it is available for you. It's been put together just as a bit of a special for you as well to take after. Now, the embossing folders, by the way, that we looked at briefly earlier on, here's the offer that we got for them right now. You're going to get the 4 of these, so these are your 3D embossing folders. We've got the holly leaves, the beautiful snowflake, the bird on a branch, and a classic snowy village for you. 417158. £3 saving on here also, so £24.98, which is absolutely fantastic opportunity for you. If you'd like to go for those, then please do so. And again, the 3D, the embossing folders, they are you get a lovely image with these, don't you?
You do, yeah. I mean, I will go through them later and sort of show you, but yeah, the 3D folders are so different from a standard embossing folder. You get so much more detail in there. These are amazing.
I know you're going to love those. We've also got a bit of a why not offer for you, which if you do want to take advantage, become a Freedom member, then this is a perfect opportunity, because not only got a great £10 saving on this one that you're looking at, what you're going to get is huge amounts in here, by the way. So if you've ever seen John working with the stamping platform, then you'll know exactly how useful it is. You're also going to be getting the storage case in here. You're going to get the acetate, plus you're going to get the paper inserts, and you also get the easy lift magnets. Just now, the offer, by the way, £14 saving on this if you want to go for this with the offer. You can take advantage with a Freedom member, of course, if you want to go for that price. It's a really fantastic offer. John, could you just explain very quickly what we're looking at here with regards to this and why the grid marks that we've got on here are so crucial?
Yeah, these are amazing because the press to impress in independent tests. So this is somebody independently, a friend of mine, asked actually which one I used. She did an independent test on YouTube. Okay. And this came out the best, the press to impress, against all of the others. Wow, great. And to me, I love the press to impress. It was the last one I bought and it was the cheapest.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that's what Law always says that happens, doesn't it?
It's true. It's true.
It works perfectly for your clear stamps and your rubber stamps. What we've done now is added on, you've got the amazing case for it, which is beautifully made and has both sides and has it has space in it for anything new that may be coming next year to go with this.
Watch this space.
So you've got an extra side which can be useful.
Oh, okay.
So, but it's really well made Velcro to hold it in, so it just works so well. But then you've got the paper inserts and the acetate inserts in there, in this bundle. So you've actually got those which are fitted to the base. So they've got the notch corner that fits exactly into the base.
Oh, okay.
The measurements on them are mathematically correct and are correct against the mathematical rulers on the side. So now you've got somewhere to stamp onto.
Right.
You've got somewhere to stamp and make yourself a template. So if you're doing wedding invitations, you get a layout you like, stamp it onto one of these, laminate it, and then you've got a file of layouts that work. Put it back in, lay your stamps back on and pick them up.
Perfect.
But I'll be showing you in the first demo how the actual acetate sheets work to stop you doing what I do all the time, which is basically getting marks and things all over the card I'm using.
Right, we'll get rid of those this time round. So 37s, oh, go on, John.
Sorry.
No, go on.
And 2 of the brand new Easy Lift magnets.
Oh, the Easy Lift magnets on there, yes.
So you will get 2 magnets in with your press to impress, but these are brand new separate magnets that are easier to lift.
Right, they are also available separately if you wanted to. So £41.95 with that saving, to 2 payments as well of £20.98 if you want to take advantage of your Flexi buy option. You can do 715423 is your item code that you'll require for that, but a really good set. Again, maybe once you've also seen John demonstrate with that, okay, you'll get a bigger understanding of how versatile and useful that is. Now, the stamps, by the way, that we had for you, these are the Christmas fun stamps. We had 2/3 of the stock has already gone. Prediction from our producer, Leslie, well, how long are you reckoning? 10 minutes, she reckons they'll be out of that door. So that's what I'm hearing. That's the latest. So if you think 2/3 of the stock's already gone in 14 minutes, please do take advantage if you can do. Please, please do. Grab those while they are in stock. Now, we've also got, just before we see a demonstration, we've got some lovely paper pads that are available. Now, these are, you found basically an extra little stash away.
We did, yes. Jane, these are an older Crafts 2 item. Jane actually found it absolutely beautiful because you've got really nice Christmas colours. I just think they're so fab.
Yeah.
But what she loved was, when you get down, you've actually got what we call inserts. And they fit perfectly.
Oh, I see.
In every colour. But they fit perfectly the actual penguins and the gnomes. So she said, if you want quick cards, and at Christmas we do, we want cards done, these match exactly, but for the price, it was just crazy, because it's 100 sheets. Literally, you've got toppers, scenes. Can you imagine? I know that scene to me, if I find it, there we go. Do you know, I always flick past it, there we go. But that scene to me, yeah, okay, that's almost sort of like very simple and childlike, but can you imagine just stamping and colouring a couple of gnomes or a penguin on there? It's done.
Yeah.
But Jane sold out of them on the last show.
Right.
And then when they were packing all these orders from the birthday, they basically found more boxes of everything. So they found another box of these. So we've been able to put them back on.
So they are here. I do believe that, I think they can add them onto your order as well at the end as well. So if you want to, I think it'll just check, it's £4.99? £4.99. Just add them onto your order when you go to checkout, then you can do. There they are. Just to add your add-on when you come to checkout. £4.99. That is it. We're also really busy on the phone lines, by the way. So the place to go to is, of course, the website, hochanda.com. And it's a lot easier. But again, if you are on the phone line waiting, we've got 4-minute queue lines at the moment. We'll be with you as quickly as we possibly can. I promise you that. 3/4 of the stock, by the way, has gone for the stamps that we showed at the beginning. We think our producers' prediction of 10 minutes could be wrong. It could be gone in a lot quicker than that as well. Now, we have got a lot more still to show you, but we want to get to a demonstration before they have all gone. So, John, over to you. Fast and furious on a Monday morning.
Right, so what I'm going to do is, I thought I would show you, we're always doing Christmas cards, but what I loved about the actual hot dogs, as I call them,
I think it's great. I love
is the
these.
fact that you're getting birthday included as well, instead of Christmas. And it's similar dog, but he's not got the hat on it. But I wanted to show a really quick and simple thing. We always complicate stamps.
Okay.
So what I need to do is, I'm going to heat emboss this.
Right.
So I need to just prep my card. So I'm going to use my embossing bag, get some powder out, and I'm just going to cover that.
You're giving a bit of a smack there.
I'm
just
giving
to
it
get
a smack, because the thing is with these, people always forget, it's not magic cloth.
Right.
You need the powder to come out.
Okay.
And if you feel it's not, I do this quite a lot at home, you can see where I do it. Take your actual pokey tool, give it a poke.
Okay. Oh, there we go.
Get a bit of, you know, if you're really concerned, if you're really about it, right? So, I've got that in place, and now I want to put my stamp down.
Yeah.
But I'm going to mark that card when I start touching it.
Yes, yeah.
So this is where I put my acetate in.
Right, now with
which
the grease.
now that's anti-static and protected. What I can then do is go, right, I want birthday, so I want birthday to go there, but because of the lines, I can make sure that my dog is level.
Yeah, all the way
so
through.
I can pick a line for birthday and make sure birthday is completely straight, because I'm terrible at getting things level.
Got you.
I can make sure he's spaced right, so there's a centimetre gap there, and there's a centimetre and a half there, so I know to move him on a bit. There we go.
Perfect.
He's level in the middle.
Perfect.
I can then take happy and again get that straight. So I'm going to offset it, but again, it's going on a line. So
Right.
I know when I close my lid, pick that up, that stamp is now straight.
Absolutely perfect.
Absolutely spot on. So I'm going to ink in with embossing ink. I'm using the Eyes Ink Mini, which I think we've got this in a kit.
Oh, yeah.
With everything I'm using on this one, because I love this ink. So giving it an ink, lid back on, move my magnet, and I'm just going to stamp
I think we are, just as you stamp that bit down now, I think we're just about to go limited stock as where we have, they are limited stock on those at the moment. So again, very limited amount of those left. If you do want to get them, now's your chance to make sure you don't forget to get those checked in and checked out of your basket as soon as you possibly can as well, because they are going very quickly. By the way, the magnets, if you want to, the details, those at the bottom of the screen, if you wanted to go for those individually, you can do 679310. Details at the bottom of your screen.
So I'm now going to use the clips. I've never come across these, and they're fabulous.
Ah, yes. Now, I did see this on the show when you, I think it was at the birthday,
when we launched
wasn't it?
them.
Yes.
Absolutely brilliant, because I'm always touching everything and getting marks on them.
I bet
but
there's a lot
also,
of people
I
at
have
home.
burnt myself so much. Seriously. But then I can see I've got him.
Lovely that.
But there's no, can you see there's no stray bits of white?
No.
That's why I wanted to do this on craft card, because you can really see on craft card if it's not gone right. So I've done the rules right.
Yes.
So I've made sure that I've anti-staticked it, I've not touched it.
Right.
But now again, the number of people who are scared of the heat guns.
That's fair enough,
But now it's held far away.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, just make sure my heat gun is up to heat.
Okay.
Never put it straight on.
What's the effect if we do go straight on with it from
What
cold?
you actually do, a lot of people will find, turn this off a second, but what you'll find is, people turn it on and go straight on.
Yeah.
And they find that the powder doesn't melt very quickly, so they're like that, and they're waiting for ages. Then suddenly it melts, and it starts to go really quickly.
Right, right.
And they think something magic's happened. No, your gun's got up to temperature.
Okay.
You would never iron...
No.
You never iron with a cold iron.
That's true.
And the longer that your gun is in contact with your card, certainly when it's flat on the ground, the more it will warp.
Ah, right.
So, by getting that gun heated, can you see that's instantly going?
Ah, there we are.
And can you see, because I'm holding it in the air, the card is curling slightly but not warping?
Yes, yeah, yeah.
So I'm not burning my fingers for the first time ever.
These are good days.
But you can see there, look, that has not, that's hardly warped. There's no big warping areas because I've done that. So it really is literally that simple. So to finish the card, Jane's made a frame and all sorts, but all I'm going to do is just pop it onto a white card and we're done. But that's how simple a really good, well-drawn stamp can be.
Got you.
And you can create something in no time at all.
By the way, I did just notice, by the way, very few time then when someone's doing some demoing that the glue just came out nice and easy there, by the way. Without...
Oh, the glue bottles are amazing.
The glue bottles are back in.
They are, and they're amazing. We've got, again, I've let it go a little bit, so I should really have matted and let it, but I've got then, happy birthday, done
I
really
love
quickly.
That. I just love him. What a great character.
I mean, Jane had made a little frame for it. I've not held it down properly.
But you get the idea.
But
Just
you
a
get
very
the
simple
idea.
stamp
Just
on there.
really, really simple, but the stamp does all the work for you.
Yeah, no, I love that. I think that is a lot of fun. And again, you do get the birthday as well as the Christmas one.
Well, you
included
do,
in
because
that,
if I
don't
bring
you?
in there, you've got Merry Christmas in the set, and then you've got Happy and Birthday.
Yeah. You got the lot.
Yeah.
It's perfect. It's perfect. I do love the little difference of the
but
little hat.
it all comes in one set, which I just think is so useful.
Yeah.
Because it's not just for Christmas.
No,
You know,
no.
a hot dog is not just for Christmas.
No, exactly.
It's for all year round.
It's for life, everybody.
Yes.
It's for life. Perfect. The details of everything that you've just seen there, John, using those as well, by the way, they are available. They're also on the website if you want to go for those, and you can do. But it is proving really, really busy. If you want to go for this bundle, now's your time. We are limited stock on that at the moment. 648703. Only $19.99. It does have that saving on there as well for you. And you do get all those stamps with you. That will give you the hot dog, as you heard John was talking about, but also going to get the beautiful penguins in there, as well as you're going to get our little gnomes as well for you. We've also got a couple of images. Sandy, good morning, Sandy. Sandy has sent some images through for us. Saying a Merry Christmas. There we go, Joel. Look, they look fantastic. Beautifully coloured as well. Really lovely, aren't they? That's from Sandy.
Beautiful.
Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Obviously been very busy since you got those originally as well from us, so really, really lovely. Love those. Thank you, Sandy. Thank you for sending that one through. That is, oh, there we are, the penguins as well. We've got. They feel they should their own little film, little adventure of the penguins. We do like them. They are fabulous. Again, if you want to create your own, then you can go with those ones that you've just seen. They are there for you. 648703. They are beautiful. No, it has technically sold out. It has now technically sold out. So if you do have them in your basket, then please make sure you can check those out right now. I think there's over 20 people that got it in the basket that haven't checked out. If any of those don't get checked out and they do bounce back into stock, I will let you know. The phone lines are very busy still on the phone lines there. So please, if you can do, the website, of course, is the place to go to, of course, which is great. Right then, we've got the stag, by the way. Absolutely beautiful. We are going to be demonstrating with you in a second or so as well, but this will give you the snowy stag bundle, which is the snowy background, the leaping stag, and that beautiful detailed stag's head. They are stunning, these. $16.99 only, with that £3 saving, which is phenomenal for the detail of those, plus that lovely background. 833 699, really good value for those. I'm sure you're going to be using those an awful lot. Now, we've also got, and I've got it here, and I believe it's, we're bringing it in today, this is the watercolour, the media matte, John, we've got here. This looks like it's going to be a saviour. I know yours is there, ready to go.
Amazing. I have mine all the time. I actually have two.
Oh, right, OK, posh.
I have one that's in my kit, and then I have one that's at home.
OK.
That sits on my desk because I don't do without it. I mean, technically, as a household, we've got three, because Sam has one as well.
OK.
And Sam only ever has tools that he really does see a value in. It's just amazing. They're made of silicone. They're based on, I didn't know this at first, I found this out. They're actually based on like a soldering mat.
Oh, really?
So they're made of silicone.
Oh, OK.
So, and what that means is it's non-stick, it's waterproof, it's heat resistant, and they are genuinely really easy clean.
Right.
So what you've actually got is, everyone has a well in it.
OK.
So it has a well inside, and that well means that you can work with watercolours or waters, things like your brushos. So I've got a deep well here of about 4 mil, yeah? So I can actually spray water or dye inks or anything into here.
Not going to go flying.
And it doesn't go anywhere.
No, got you.
So even, you know, I don't bother with boxes or things anywhere near as much. It's also, if you look, this, I put it on a board.
Oh, yes, it is, yeah.
Look, nothing on. Because it's made of silicone and it has a matte surface and a shiny back, it doesn't move. So I'm holding my board because my board will slide, but if I hold my board, my mat doesn't slide. That's really good,
that's really good.
And then we designed this ourselves because I know they're available with like little trays in them to give you 3 decent deep water indents, so you can actually just put water in if you're watercolouring,
and straight in,
or mix your colours in there, mix your products and your mixed media and things.
Right.
Absolutely brilliant. And of course it literally does just wipe clean. And what I found is as well, it's a tip on people, those magic sponges.
Yeah.
Those magic sponges will take any marks out at all.
Ah.
So they take anything off. So if I've got a mark, I can just take it off with the magic sponge.
Perfect.
So I've got a clean white surface that I can finally ink, paint, do anything on.
They're very rare in a craft room.
They are, yeah. Because normally it's the mat or it's a glass mat, and of course everything runs off the side. So I can pour anything onto here I want to and not worry about it. The only thing I would say is, if you do this, so, you know, I can go on and put my glue on just like that.
Yeah.
If you allow your glue to dry, I found that that is very hard to get off.
Oh, right, OK.
So I just wipe off my glue whenever I've done it.
Right,
so, but all you do to literally clean them is a spray of water, but watch the water. It's not going outside the mat.
No, it stays in.
It stays in, and you just wipe it off and you're ready to go again. So it's like having an art station.
Yeah,
I just think it's so fab. When I first saw it, I thought, love it. Don't like what they'd sent us. So not going to reinvent the wheel, we just redesigned our own.
I think it is brilliant. So why don't you grab yours right now while it's there? 785-543. It's only $19.99. If you go for it right now, you're getting a £5 saving on that one. So it's taking it down from $24.99. Right now you get it for $19.99. So if you find that you are using a lot of materials and sometimes they've gone all over the desk when you didn't want to, they've spilled over onto other projects you might have around as well and spoiled those, ruin those as well, put you back a stage or two, keep the fluid where it needs to be, and again, good wipe clean, so perfect for you for that one. $19.99, 785-543. Now, we've also got for you, as we mentioned, that Nordic supply of those die set for you. Half the stock has already gone. $11.99. Now, it's not just a happy hour deal. It is there for, well, technically it's there for the 1 o'clock show as well. I don't think the stock will be. John will be there. I don't think the stock will be there, though. But you are getting 8 dies, as you can see. The beautiful frames. A wonderful Christmas feel, and you've also got all of the detail with the Noel die in there as well. It is only $11.99. John was saying, I think it was the Noel set, I think, or the framing. That was $11.99, like £12 on its own originally.
It was like that on its own, to be honest.
So a real giveaway go for this one. 721-185. Perfect opportunity. Don't forget you've got your Why Not deal if you want to go for that. It's a really important deal for you as well. If you do want to take advantage of all of that, as you can see, including the case, you've got the easy lift on the magnets as well. All of that is there for you as an offer. If you want to become Freedom member, if not yet a Freedom member, then why not go for it? That's the whole point of this offer for you. $41.95. Now that does come with that £10 saving on there. That will give you the stamping platform, the storage case, the acetate and paper inserts, and the brand new easy lift magnets. Now if you want to go for a Freedom member, look at that. £19 saved, only £37.76. So you think about that. Plus, you know, if you become a member for that offer, great opportunity, and you get the rest of your P&P for the rest of your month because you're part of the membership, then take advantage of that. Really good. 715-423. Now, if you love your Christmas trees, then you'll really like these ones again. Just to give you a couple of ideas, just while John's prepping another one for you. These are lovely in the dies as well. So for all of your winter scenes, maybe not even just for Christmas as well, maybe for other times you're creating those backgrounds you want to go with. These are lovely. The tree dies, 14 tree dies.
Yeah, you've got. Yeah, we put loads in, but the thing is, I was able to do it because if you actually rotate them round the other way, I can get them closer on the metal.
Oh,
because they're triangles, we could get more out for people. And we always look at that. I always look at that with the John Next Door dies, is how can I make it the best value? But Finley's trees, I absolutely love these because you've got the solid, you've got the ones you can colour through, but they work so well with absolutely everything. I mean, they just make such a brilliant background.
They really do. They're lovely, aren't they?
Yeah, on that card with the gnomes. But again, just a little highlight there with the penguins. Yeah. Or the next one, you've got them just cut in.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just get
silver and white. Different colours of sort of silver and glitter card.
Oh my goodness, these are fab.
But they just work so well together. I just love them as trees. They are one of my absolute favourites of this Christmas.
And look at these. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, again, if you're thinking about these, like you say, maybe it's just one of those you're going to go with. But when you use them as a collection, let me just show you this one as well with it. Isn't that beautiful? You've got yourself a full forest there. Beautiful, deep, beautiful forest of all those gorgeous trees all together. Your different variables of your different sizes, putting them in. Individually, they look great, but again, collectively, absolutely stunning, even in the silhouette. I do love that. Again, that works so nicely. So in total, 14 dies are what you're going to be getting for this one. 971832. It's $11.99 only for those as well. Again, a really great value, as you'd always expect, of course, to get with the team here. But that is a really good deal. £11.99 for all of those. They're lovely. Right, let's move down and bring you another set for you here of all our sets of 3. Now, these are available individually if you so wish as well. They're £13.99 each. But if you want to go for the full lot, that saves £7, and that'll give you for £34.97. 851468. You get the idea. In fact, if I just go straight at the deep end and show you this one, is this something that is going to be working on? We're going to see some of this come together?
Yes, I'm going to be working on this a little bit. This is what we're going to be demoing next.
Oh, we're looking at this one.
Probably without the gnomes, though. We might put a stag in there instead.
Oh, right.
This is one of Jane's Smith's cards. I just thought this was so beautiful and clever. I love the squares. I love the multi-layer of them. But the fact that the outside one, the first one, makes the most beautiful window frame, I just think it's amazing. To your left, you'll find a blank frame that I actually did, where I've not actually put anything in, but all I've done is use the Eyes Ink Snow sort of effect to give that snowy window. So you imagine everything else you could put behind that. You could put Scott behind the snowy window.
I could just be there for you all Christmas. That would be horrible for everybody. Let me just, but again, different ways of working with this. Are we, John? This is lovely.
Yeah, again, that's using the waste from the first layer.
Wow.
So just using that and dropping it back into one cut of black, because you can extend it, as I've done there.
Got you.
Again, this is using all 3 layers, so that's the effect you get.
Wow.
It's sort of really like a box of treats. I mean, I could imagine a box made of that would look absolutely amazing.
Yeah, with chocolates in every single one of them.
Yeah,
maybe that's
and again,
just me.
The next one is just using the layers, but again, offsetting, so you've got almost like a... I can't think what that pattern's called. Yeah. It's almost like a plaid pattern, isn't it? I think.
I've heard of a
Stealing
plaid.
that.
That's a new one. Plaid.
Yeah, we should ask the tartan quilter. He'll know that one.
Yeah. Well, I've got Robert up next, so I'll definitely I'll chat with him as well. I'm hoping I can understand everything that Robert says. So I love it. This one, $34.97. If you want to go for this, that gets you £7 saving. 851468. If you'd like to take advantage of those, but they are fabulous. I'm sure you're going to find a lot of uses for all of those. They are lovely. Right. Let's bring to you the Eyes Ink, of course. Now, we always know that the Eyes Ink's always really, really popular. You get so much, by the way, in one of those pouches. Huge amounts available for you, actually. This one is going to give you the chance to go for the white pearl glitter and the white pearl diamonds, and you're also going to be getting the stencil brush with this one. Now, it comes with a £3 saving, so that takes it from just under 13 right down to $9.99. John, in brief on these, people that haven't come across the Eyes Ink, for example, on this one, because I know it's value for money, because it's 60...
It's crazy. In the glitter, you've got 60 mils of super fine glitter in the sort of mother-of-pearl white colour, which is just absolutely beautiful. I use that all the time. That's all year round to me. In the diamond, I think it's 80 mils.
80 mil
but
there,
the diamond is amazing, because the diamond has actually got the same glitter that's in the packet on its own.
Okay.
But this has been mixed with Eyes Ink's exclusive base. So the base glue that they've got is exclusive to them across the whole of the world, I believe now. It was Europe, but now I think they've got it across the world.
Oh, wow, really?
But is permanent on every surface. So that is paper, card, glass, metal, plastic, fabric.
Wow.
That's even machine washable at 30 degrees on fabric. So you could put that through your stencils and make your own Christmas T-shirts. It's just amazing. And what we've done is we've included a bonus of a stencil brush, because I was doing this last year and we totally sold out of it. We weren't able to get it back till now.
What's so special about the brush on this one?
The brush is perfect with the diamonds, because you can use it to add snow to your card.
Right.
So if you are somebody who doesn't want to spend hours piping glue, but I'll show you in the next demo.
Yeah, okay.
You can actually just take some of that, the stencil brush, and you can actually stipple it on to give you a look of snow everywhere.
Ah, love it. Right. Great kit. And in fact, when you think about the monies that you're saving on those for the Eyes Ink, that is a phenomenal deal. 394402. It's only, again, as I said, got that saving on there, so it's down to $9.99 for that. Phenomenal opportunity. For those that love your Eyes Ink glitter, you'll know that that's definitely one to go for. Perfect for all your snowy effects if you want to create those. Let's just finish off then. We got to the end of the counter. There is no more room. 628327 is going to give you the Eyes Ink medium, the embossing ink pad that you're going to be getting on here as well. All the white embossing, everything else. Also, you notice some of the tools here again that you noticed John was using earlier on. So he wasn't burning his fingers when he was doing things. He doesn't get mucky paw prints over his work either. Keeps it all at a distance. They were absolutely so popular in the birthday weekend as well. They're back for you now to go for all of this. And you're also going to be getting the actual pad itself there. £12.99 on here. 628327. John, anything you want to add on to this one for a kit for you?
This is your basic kit. This is what you need. I use this so much. Jane and I put this kit together because the embossing ink from Eyes Ink is brilliant. It really is. It's slightly got a green tinge to it.
Okay.
So you can see where it's gone when you're doing it, see if you've gone right at first. The embossing powder, I mean, we know normally what we pay for that. This is the Ising super fine white embossing powder that I used on the first demonstration. But again, if you look at the size of that, I think it is double the size you'd normally get. So I think you get something like, is it 20 mils or is it more? I can't remember.
Off. I think it is 20 mils. Yeah, it's 25 mil.
25 mils.
25
so you normally get between 10 and 15. So you're getting a lot. I mean, I've only, after 2 years, finally got to the bottom of that. Wow. Then you've got the anti-static bag and the clips together. So basically, if you've never heat embossed before, if you've got a gun, this is everything you need to get you started.
Perfect. 628 327. All of that together, only £12.99. Really good deal for you. I've also got just a couple of other items as well, just to let you know as well. If you want to go for the complete collection, by the way, of the Ising, in case you missed out on it last time, it is there available. That'll give you 40 inks in total. That's only £29.98 as well for all of that. Comes with a £4 saving. They're also available individually as well if you want to check that out on the website. 705640. Brilliant. Absolutely gorgeous, those Isings. They really are. We've also got for you, if you want to have the set of 6, these are your easy lift replacement magnets. They are there available individually, as you can see, which is 679310, and that is only £9.99 for those. And again, I'm sure that if you've struggled with some of the other magnets in the past and they don't come up easily enough, these are perfect for you to go with it. The easy lifts, £9.99, 679310. Right, John, I feel that you brought loads and loads again. We're getting through.
Yeah,
but
I know. Sorry, guys. I just tend to bring too much.
It's good, it's good, it's good. So we're back into another demo.
Brilliant. So I'm going to use now the reverse background stamp.
All right,
which is one of my, you know, I love background stamps, and I think we really undervalue them and what we can do with them.
Yeah, yeah.
But what I'm going to do is, so again, I'm using, because I don't clean my stamps, because I think the worst thing you can do is clean a stamp. Because it's like priming a frying pan and then scrubbing it to within an inch of its life and expecting your egg not to stick.
Oh, it's very true.
I always prime my stamps with black first. So, but what it means is,
he doesn't
again,
do his eggs on his stamps.
I don't do that on my stamps. No,
let's not get those muddled.
Yeah, but if you look, things like Tim Holtz, his stamps are never clean.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, once we've actually got them going, we keep them going. So I've got that in place, but I've been able to put it down with the acetate, get it where I want. And now we're going to create, because it's a negative, I've got more room to move and create things.
Okay.
So I'm going to use the pigment inks, and I'm going to start with, actually, a dark blue. And pigment inks are slower drying. I would say they're a bit of a pig. So they are slower drying, and they are easier to blend. So I'm going to put some dark blue at the top.
You mean once they're actually applied, and you've got more time.
You've got more time because they're not mixed with water. Dye-based inks are translucent, which means you can see through them, and they're mixed with water.
Okay.
These have been mixed with pigment, which is a more solid opaque colour, along with glycerin.
Ah,
so it has a lot slower drying time, which means you can heat emboss with them.
Got you.
And do really, really well. So I'm going to go for a bit of a green now.
Ooh.
But you can see I can create an ombre look.
Got a Northern Lights feel coming on this one, I think, almost, have we?
Yeah, straight away, then onto my stamp. So I've got all those lines and colours going. So when I turn that over and press down, I will get that ombre look. Now, I'm using a large stamp, yeah. Now, this is always a nightmare with a block, or I found this was a nightmare, because you've got to hold it and try and...
Oh, right,
I can't actually hold a block big enough to stamp that down properly.
No.
That's why I love the stamp platform, which is probably why, again, I have one for here and one for home. And then I have 12 more for workshops. Because if you do a workshop with me, I want you to use the equipment that I use.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what I can do is then check, right? But you see, because I was heavy at the top and lighter, I've got the definitive stars and things, but it gets so much lighter in there.
I like that. That's cool.
So what I've done is stretched it down.
Got you.
Yeah? If I'm concerned if I want any more colour, again, I can just put it down back in place.
That's a lovely stamp,
But
actually.
then I've got that.
I like that.
Yeah? So I've got now, it almost looks as if I'm starting to get the snow scene.
Yeah.
By being heavier when I laid down the blue, then lighter with the light blue, and then I was very, very gentle with the greeny colour.
Right, just give it a
so
hint.
that we're seeing more, because I think you want to see something a little bit different. So there I've got my background, easily, simple, done.
Nice,
Yeah.
lovely, yeah, very easy.
Next I'm going to do one of the leaping stags, because he's my favourite. So where are you?
They
Come
are
on.
beautiful, these as well. These are absolutely gorgeous.
Let's have a look. Where are you?
I'll tell you what.
There we go.
I'll show a couple of the that we've got for the stags as well. But I know that they're, and we've also got the stag and the backgrounds. It does part all part of the whole kit as well, which is absolutely beautiful. Just see if I can find some more of the other ones together. Yeah, there we go. That's a lovely one with it being doubled up.
Yeah,
actually, look at that.
Basically, I've inked it again the same way.
Yeah.
Using a pigment ink. So you've got the blue to the purple.
Yeah.
But you see how I've laid the ink down? Gives me that almost look like a sort of Milky Way type look.
It is. It's galaxy-like.
And then I've reversed the stamp and then re-inked it the same way.
Right.
And then to join it together to make
That's a lovely
two.
effect. That's really beautiful. I do love that background stamp. I just think it's really lovely, especially when you got the crisp of the white snow coming through there.
Yeah, I think with reverse stamps we don't realise there's more we can do with them than than just ink them solid and put them down.
Right.
We can play with the ink on there as I did in the demonstration, so you can really get a different look.
Lovely, lovely, gorgeous. Love them. Oh. The embossing bundle, by the way, we are now very limited stock as well. We are down to single figures for these, £12.99. Oh, hang on, that's it, isn't it? Yes, yeah. £12.99. We're there. 628327, and also the Ising white pearl that we had for you as well. I've also got a stock update for you. I think we are 2/3 of the stock of that has gone, and when that's gone, I do believe. So £9.99, 394 402. There we go, John.
Right.
Just want to give a quick update.
So, this time I'm going on to some acetate.
Right,
Yep.
okay.
So, I've cut myself a piece of heat embossable acetate. I've gone on with got some powder out, gone on with it. And what you're doing with this is you're taking off finger marks and grease.
Right.
That's why we use an anti-static bag, is to take static away, but also to take finger marks and grease away. And to me, I've got to understand why.
Yeah.
To make something work. So again, I'm putting the acetate on so that I can play around until I'm happy with where that stag is.
Okay.
So that I'm not then marking that acetate again. Because if I push this down now, like this, with the acetate, without this in between, any remnants of ink or anything will go onto that acetate, give me a double image.
Got you.
You know, it's so silly.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take my embossing ink, and again, make sure I give it a good ink. Never be afraid to, really ink a stamp.
Yeah.
And you'll see it's sticky.
You can hear it as well, actually, coming off of that, can't you?
Because it is a sticky ink. So it's actually made of, it's got lots of glycerin in.
Ah, okay.
So again, I'm going to take it down and press it. But you need to get, the way that I get this down, and I'm pressing well, but when we peel that off, you can see it's actually stuck.
Right.
To the stamp.
Yes.
But I'm not sure if I can hold that up. If you can see, I can see now. There we go. We're not going to be able to get that. Oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah, we are. Yes, yeah.
Can you see?
There it is.
So I can see where it is.
What?
So again, I'm going to clip it because I don't want to do that. I'll use the back of that this time, and I'm going to go on again with the white.
Right.
Powder. And I'm not worrying about where it's going.
No.
Because I've made sure I well anti-staticked it. But if you look now, can you see? Again.
Look at that. That is beautiful.
Give it a flick. Yeah.
That
There's
is
hardly
gorgeous.
anything
white
there's not showing on it.
anywhere
It's
else.
actually dust that's showing.
No.
So again, I'm just going to have to pop that back.
That's okay. We are, by the way, they are really busy on the phone lines. There's 4.5-minute queues on the phone line right now as well. So, of course, the website is the place to go to, if you can do. Of course, we are trying to get to your court as quickly as we possibly can. The white pearl glitter, by the way, just as you can hear, the heat gun is warming up there. We are limited stock. Yeah, we are limited stock on there as well now for those one. Just £9.99, 394 402 if you'd like to go for those, of course. It is single figures available for you as well. Don't forget, why not go for that Why Not bundle as well? That the stamping platform in there as well. Of course, you're going to be getting the acetate that you're seeing John is working with, of course, and also the papers in there. Plus, you're also going to get a couple of those easy lift magnets. Now, themselves are proving really, really popular as well, by the way, if you wanted to go for those. I think people are frustrated in the past where they've not come up or they're difficult to pick up, and it all takes time, doesn't it? So if you do want to go for the easy lift, they're also just $9.99, 679 310 if you want to go for those. But if you've been successful in anything in the show so far, well done. If you're hanging on the line, we'll be with you as quick as we can. Over to you, John. Sorry about that.
So, no, just I wanted to stop halfway because I wanted to show you that this is the thing I love about the water mat, because we always have to watch where we're heat embossing.
Right.
If you heat emboss over one of these self-healing cutting mats, you will blister it.
Oh, really?
And we've all done it.
Oh, right.
Over the top, and it literally balls up, and it will never go straight again.
So that, okay, so for future projects to work on tricky,
it's perfect to protect everything. So you can see then I've got an absolutely perfect crisp impression of him.
That is lovely, that.
So
I love it.
I've got my background, which I put somewhere silly. So now I've got my background, I've got my stag who can leap over the top of him. So I've got my leaping stag that just goes, there we go, perfectly. Over the top. But now I want to add some trees in, and I want to add some movement in.
Oh, I know we can get some trees from, actually. John, if you want to know, I think we've got 14 of them in and sort of dies. And,
we have. Well, I have pre-cut because I thought it's very boring for anyone to watch me sit and cut these trees. We know that the die's cut. So what I'm going to do is I want to add some fine glitter on here.
Okay.
So this is where I'm going to use my fine tip applicator glue, because if you can see here, this one, the largest one, has little holes in it.
Yes.
So now I can actually go around the edges of those. Yeah. So I can go around the ends of those like that, but I can also go over the tips of the trees now.
Right.
So I would never normally...
Right in there, yeah.
You know, I wouldn't normally go in with the glue direct.
Yeah.
So even with the thingy one, there, you can see, I can go right on the edges. And it was Jane who said to me, she said, have you tried the glue bottle yet on Finley's trees? I went, no, she'd try it. And it just really... So, but I can see there, that looks to me like snow.
Yeah, by the way, these are available if you want to go for these ones. The fine line bottles, and they are that clog that you got there with the tiny daubers as well. Now, the fact that they're non-clog is because there is, and it's one of those inventions. You go, why was that not thought of earlier? It's really simple, works so well, but there is always a pin in the lid. So every time you open it and you shut it, main thing, it will always make sure it doesn't clog up. As long as you put the lid on,
As long as you put the lid on, and if anyone sort of messages me and says that the glue's dried all in my tube, I'll say that's because you didn't put your lid in.
Exactly.
Because the pin fits exactly in and screws on. That is now airtight and that's sealed. And if I opened this, you'd see the pin comes all... Here's one actually, a new one. But can you see the pin? There we go.
It's in there.
The pin comes further than the nozzle, so no glue can sit in there, so it can't dry.
No, but it's one of the most simplest things. But
so clever.
I tell you what, you notice the difference on demonstrations that you've done today, because every single time you've done it, John, that glue has just come easy out, like you're piping icing out of it, really.
It does.
I think we've had a question come through as well. Oh, do the Easy Lift magnets work on all platforms?
Yes, because they're a magnet.
Yeah, yes, because they're. Who's that question from? All customers, it's from customer service.
They will work on all. They are the standard depth that nearly all platforms use.
Right, okay.
So they're not any thicker. If they were thicker, they could stop the lid.
Of course, yeah.
So even with the actual casing on them, so they will work on all of your other ones as well.
It's a good question to have. Thank you very much indeed. If you've got any other questions, don't hesitate to let us know. Studio@Hochanda, of course. But yes, they will work on pretty much all of your stamping platforms that you're going to see. Great.
So what I've done is I've used the white glitter that was in the set,
Yeah.
I've used it in my spray bottle because I find that so much easier than dunking in glitter. These may still be on the website, I'm not sure. But I've got some that I've already done here, but you can see, there we go.
While you're doing that, I've also got some questions for you as well that have come through. This is from another Sue that's been in touch as well. How would you store the water media platforms? How would you store those?
I store mine on an A3.
Okay.
Anti-self-healing cutting mat.
All right, okay.
So mine goes on that. It's out on my desk at all times.
Right, okay.
And when I don't want to use it, I take it away and pop it on the shelf behind me.
Right.
But if you do want to pack it away, this is the one that's in my kit. Because I brought my one from home with me.
Yeah.
So this has been rolled up since I was last using this on air, which is at least a week ago. It doesn't actually remould.
Right,
yeah.
okay.
So you see there, that's where I got glue on it and didn't wipe it off.
See.
So I learned. But yeah, so you can actually just roll it up.
So if you are taking it into workshops and things.
Yeah. And as I say, that's been rolled up like that in my case, sat in the car for a week, and it hasn't gone.
It still works.
So
perfect. Right, how did you decide between Isaac pigments and dyeing?
Right, basically really simple. What job do you want to do? Do you want neat, crisp, clean stamping, translucent, that gives you, that dries very, very quickly, but you can sort of see through slightly. You go for dye.
Okay.
Do you want to play with your inks, make backgrounds and merge them together?
Go for
Then you want pigment. That's your difference.
Nice.
Are you wanting clean, crisp stamping, or are you wanting to play?
Got you. That's a nice simple way of putting it as well. That's perfect. Yeah,
it's really easy.
Yeah, love that.
So what I wanted to show you as well is what I was talking about with the brush. So I've just taken a piece of card and I've cut myself literally a hill like that. Yeah. So all I would do, squeeze out some of the diamonds, take my stencil brush, and you can basically create snow.
I love that.
And then I would
do
add
hope
the
you got
trees.
yours. It has sold out now on that one as well, but I really hope you have managed to get that as well. Time is gone. It's gone. It's gone. John, it's gone. It's flown. It's flown.
It has.
You're back at 1 o'clock though.
I am. Yes, and hopefully I can show you some more different things to do.
Yeah, no, that'd be lovely. Thank you so much. Always a pleasure, and some lovely, great tips as well that John has always got loads there for you as well. So great questions. Don't forget, if you've got more of those, do send them through to John again at 1 o'clock. Studio at Hochanda as well. They are beautiful. Don't forget, if you want to go for those stags as well, they are simply stunning. Look at that one in the shaker card, for example. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful images that you can see. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous stamp. We have some of those still available. 833699. If you managed to get anything on the show that did sell out, congratulations and really, really well done. If not, don't be too disheartened, I'm sure. Jen will be back with you more gifts, of course, for you for 1 o'clock. We'll see you later on. Bye-bye. OK, get ready. I've got another hour with you, everybody, and I've got the fantastic The Kilted Quilter coming up there with Roberts. We've also got A1 Creatives, and then we've got the Clarity One Day Special.
Hi, I'm Barbara Gray from Claritystamp Limited. We're well known in the industry for designing and manufacturing top quality, award-winning craft products. As with all craft projects, you need a good starting place, a great stamp, a top quality stencil, and in recent times we've developed the Groovy parchment art system so that your line art is perfect on parchment. Another exciting development to come from the marriage between Parchment and our stamp company is the fabulous designer papers and now the designer parchment. There is nothing like it. Each Groovy plate is precision etched, and by simply getting in the groove with a stylus, you can easily transfer great designs onto parchment. Groovy is a modular system. The plates complement each other and work beautifully together. They are packed with elements and allow you to build your own original artwork. Whether you're a novice or a traditional parcher, you will love these plates. And for me personally, having beautiful line art is what motivated me to want to learn traditional parchment skills. So why not get in the groove with us here on Hochanda?
Flexi order has arrived at Hochanda. What is Flexi order? When you place an item on Flexi Buy in your basket, you qualify for Flexi order, which means any other items you add to your basket will also be included in your Flexi Buy payments, so you can spread the cost over multiple monthly payments. After your first payment is made, your entire order will be dispatched. When you add at least £60 worth of any items to your shopping baskets, either online or on the phone, you'll qualify for our Flexi order offer. This means you can spread the cost of your order over equal monthly Flexi Buy payments, offering you the extra flexibility when you shop with us. Flexi order, making your shopping experience with Hochanda easier.
Hi, I'm Joe from the Mill Shop Online. Welcome to the Mill Shop Online. As you can see, we're a lot of fabric here. We're very passionate about our fabrics. We're one of the largest online sellers in the UK of fabrics for upholstery, soft furnishings, and now the lovely craft market. Coming up in the future with Hochanda, the Mill Shop Online are going to bring lots more collections of beautiful fabrics, all inspired for you crafters, for your upholsterers, soft furnishings, everything for every project. All our designs for Hochanda, all our crafting elements, always very unique and very exclusive for Hochanda. Whether you're starting out with fabric or you're an experienced sewer, we love to bring projects that every ability can really have a go at. So don't miss the Mill Shop Online shows on Hochanda.
Hi, I'm Jean, and together with my partner Malcolm, we run a small business in the northeast of England called Crafty Individuals. At Crafty Individuals, we're mostly involved in the design and manufacture of a very wide range of red rubber art stamps, but we also have a range of background papers and mini images that are also brilliant to create with. Personally, my background is in art and design and crafting, and most of the designs have been created by myself. We also have a great little team of other artist friends who've helped us along the way and have come up with other designs that completely work alongside our own. So do pull up a pew and join us on the Hochanda shows. We can't wait to see you there.
Hello everybody, welcome back. It's 10 o'clock on Monday morning. Lovely to be with you. If you are just joining us, first of all, again, I hope you're going to have a lovely week with us all here at the Hochanda studios. And I'm joined, the aircon's on quite a lot, to be honest, and I wouldn't be wearing a kilt, but you know, I think he's dealt with temperatures worse than in here before as well. It is the very own Kilty Quilty himself. Very good morning, sir.
Morning, Scott.
How are you, Robert? You good?
Yes, great. Pleasure to be back again.
It's lovely to have you back.
Lovely, yeah.
Yeah, you had a long old drive down. You managed to do the drive down yesterday to get down.
Yes, I drove down yesterday to get here in time.
Yeah.
Well, road conditions weren't too great, but they're okay.
You're here safe and sound, which is lovely.
Tonight, after the show, we'll just drive back.
Drive back.
Yeah.
So we've got 1 hour of Robert's time. Most of the time for getting ready for show is driving to the studio, then driving back to the studio. So we have to make the most of our time with Robert when he is here. And you bought beautiful fabrics again.
Yes.
And lovely panels. And we've got some examples we can show you how these will work as well that are scattered around as well. Just in brief, for anyone that's watching for the first time, maybe hasn't seen yourself on the shows before, what can we expect sort of across the board as a general with the fabrics that you bring to us?
Basically, it's probably the top end of the market. There's high value fabrics.
Yeah.
A lot of them's done through Benertex, and they have got a good name.
Right.
They're like some of the higher
top end
class of fabrics.
Got you.
You can get cheaper fabrics, but the quality isn't there.
Right.
Here we've got some good designers. The fabric's good, and the printing is out of this world.
Yeah.
And we've got some good designers as well just now.
a lovely collaboration of everything, and so it's quality of material that you get in. It's the lovely designs themselves in the print, and one thing that strikes you as you look down the count as well, certainly with the first one I'm going to show you as well, is the colours. When the colours are in there, but you've got some really soft, beautiful pastel colours. We've also got some really bold, vibrant colours as well.
We try on the range. I'm trying to sort of do mixed shows. Certainly the next time I'm doing, we're going to be doing one Christmas show and one sort of mixed show. But just now, it's not that long until Christmas. With a lot of the shows all the shows have been cancelled. I don't think we'll be doing any shows until March.
I know, it's a shame.
This is the only opportunity really that people can get
to do them.
Yeah,
to get hold of them.
There's still a lot of the public out there are feared to venture out to do shopping into shops.
Of course.
I know myself coming down here. I tend to keep myself to myself. I bring a ready meal, cook it in the B&B. Try and minimise my contact with
absolutely
people.
and safety is absolutely paramount through all of this. So if you are right now and you're watching with us as well, you know, from the safety of your own place, of course, your chance to get them, and we'll deliver them directly, of course, which is lovely. Now this I think is beautiful. Now already, by the way, we're looking at this, almost 10%, over 10% actually has already been allocated here on this one, and this is gorgeous because if you think about what Christmas is about, you've got all your perfect images on here, haven't we? You know, Christmas trees, we've got our lovely snow people as well on this one, we've got Santa of course in this sledge, we've got Santa sitting out there as well with all the presents. We've got the reindeer. Is it technically Rudolph? I don't know if it is because I don't see the red nose on there.
We got the red nose there.
More of a classic, but really, and I'm loving the print again, just the detail even around the squares.
But on this you could do as a wall hanging, you could probably cut 6 squares out of it to make table mats.
Oh yeah.
And the other 2 maybe do coasters.
Coasters. I love that. How many pocket size could we? I don't want to say. Could we make an advent calendar out of those? I think
I wouldn't bother making an advent calendar because there's plenty of advents coming just shortly.
I think there's 28 squares on there. I think from there,
yes,
so I think we would have plenty if you wanted. But there's plenty more on the counter for those as well if you wanted. 60 by 110 centimetres. They are, as you heard from the beginning of the show, 100% cotton. So the top quality that you're going to be getting here. But those colours really are going to make whatever of project you're working with those. Now a quarter of the stock already gone. $12.99. 514-215. You got a favourite square on here, Robert?
No.
They're all fabulous.
I just like it being on the blue background and the gold and the yellows coming out.
They are beautiful. They are beautiful. I think my favourite would have to be down here. I think we've got little snow people, a little couple that we can see there. I think that would be my favourite, to be quite honest. There, having a little romantic time out there in the field together. They are lovely. They have like a lovely panto dress. Look at that. Love that. Right, you'll have to forgive my folding up, Robert, on this one. Because that was appalling. In fact, I'm that annoying person that goes into a shop to buy jeans, looks at them all, unfolds them all, then walks out and goes, no, none of them work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop that down there. The floor manager's looking. She's looking at me like saying, it's awful. So this could take a while, by the way. Luckily, it's a 6-hour show. I've got plenty of time. Right, let's move on. Oh, now you see. You've got some lovely bursts of colour. I'm thinking lovely soft pastel, but you've got some really lovely, vibrant with the reds in here as well. A very different feel to this one with that festive feel.
Yes, it's a clean, sharp fabric. There again, you could make table mats. You could even cut them out, put them on a ribbon and make some bunting.
That's a nice idea. It's the most wonderful time of the year. We've got baubles on here. We've got a really sort of funky Christmas tree. Holly jolly Christmas. Of course, you've got the candy stick. The candy cane is in there. You've got the stuffed stocking, of course, which is shine bright this holiday season. More baubles. Big jovial. Look at that for a happy snowman. I love that as well. These are beautiful. What's that one there? To meet me under the mistletoe. I know, a bit forward, isn't it?
Yes,
for that? A bit cheeky. 536003, but as you heard Robert talk about, a much sort of cleaner, crisper kind of feel with these images. But beautiful, really beautiful as well. Gorgeous. Love those. Right, let's move on and bring you... Oh, now this is nice as well.
Yeah, this is one for the ladies. Well, I better rephrase that. For the quilting room, it's just appealing for them.
This is lovely, this, isn't it? This is really pretty. Have we got some of those on this? That is one.
No,
the next one coming up, isn't it? I think it is.
It's the next one. We've got
some
a
more
sample
like that.
of.
But these are perfect. Get your daily dose of iron. Like that. It's all about finding the fabric. Make do and mend. Life is short. Buy the fabric. Do what you love. These are lovely little sentiments.
I love that one. My soul is fed with the needle and thread.
That's perfect, isn't it? Yeah. They are gorgeous.
There again, if you were into mixed media, you could cut these out. If you took two, ironed one with a piece of Bondaweb or steamer seam, something like that, onto a card, and then cut round the shape, and you could decoupage it up as a card.
Okay,
yeah.
That's a nice idea. Yeah. I love that. They are. How many people have said this one? Measure twice, cut once.
Yes, that is the golden rule.
Yeah, absolutely. But they are. This is absolutely just take it one stitch at a time. So many projects that you could get out of this one. I'm sure. £12.99 only. 246357. I'm sure people are going. Yeah, that I do need. That has to go into my collection.
And there again, that one would lend itself for making bunting as well.
Oh, perfect, isn't it? A third of the stock here, 246357. It's a very busy show, by the way, and it is only the one show that we've got, of course, with Robert of this morning, so please do take advantage while he is here for that one. It's very, very busy indeed as well. I just want to give you a quick update, by the way, on the first item that we looked at. We have now gone limited on the Christmas squares. I mean, we've got still plenty for you to see, but for your Christmas squares, we are already, I did lay that one down upside down. Oh, is it just sold out? I think it may have just technically sold out. So it has gone 514215. Congratulations, well done if you did get that one. Now then, this is one that we do have. This is up here as well, which is Do What You Love. And this is beautiful, this. And again, absolutely gorgeous. You know, I talked at the beginning of the show about whether we are talking about big, bright colours and all the soft pastels. We'll show you actually this how it looks when it's made up and worked with, because it really is beautiful and gorgeous for any sort of design you're working with. I love that as well. My Happy Place, which is lovely there. So you've got the mirror in there, the chandelier, and it's a gorgeous little sewing machine table all set out there as well. Absolutely lovely, this one. I love the colours on this one, Robert.
On the sample, but actually puffed it out as well, so it gives you like a 3D effect.
Oh, is it? Right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, it's been hung up, so we can't really bring it down to show.
To show. But
we have put in, so it's sculptured.
Is it? Ah, yeah. I see. Lovely project, that.
And
really
gorgeous. For doing that, you sew it against your wadding, cut a piece of cut into your wadding and then stuff it and then just give it a wee stitch back up.
Right, and that just puffs it up.
It gives it a wee bit of puff. And
there's lots of elements in here that you could do that with as well. You know, from the mirror, you've got the chandeliers, you've got the sewing machine itself as well, but a really beautiful, beautiful fabric to work with. 226 411, only £12.99 again. Brilliant price points on whichever one of these designs you're going for. Really lovely. Again, all top 100% cotton that we're looking at here. Beautiful colours, beautiful prints and designs. So you really are getting the very, very best, of course, you'd expect to get from the Quilted Quilter. And then at those prices, an absolutely phenomenal opportunity for you. Love these.